Пошли. Все вместе. Какие ваши доказательства?
They want you to comply.
Cancel culture is about canceling.
Кокаином.
Up yours. Woke moralists. Up yours.
This is systematic bullying that's happening.
Woke moralists. Up yours.
And they believe that they can then
Woke
shut us
moralists.
up.
Up around and find out.
Up yours. Woke moralists.
They seem animalistic is what I mean.
No, they're worse than animals.
The woke mob, they ruin everything.
They stop Ben Shapiro from going to events and speaking. They stop Ann Coulter from doing it.
I will never surrender even a single inch of ground to a pitchfork mob.
You never cave to the mob.
We will never bow to the mob. Ever. No matter what.
Do you see the final expression of cancel culture in terrorist groups like
Up yours.
We'll see who cancels who.
Hey everyone, I know you're all
God,
excited to jump on, but we're all so sad because of the news.
Yeah, apparently Lance moved? What's with your...
Yeah, what the hell?
That's very sad. I'm missing the usual background.
The usual background got taken out. Yeah, so I got, the landlord who owned that place I was renting sold it. So I got sell evicted and spent the last weekend packing everything and moving. Yeah.
And you moved into a Miami Vice episode, apparently.
Right. He's really living up to the Leftist Mafia name brand right there.
It's the start of the show, right? The cocainum. We gotta live it.
Nice.
Like even wearing like a white like
I know.
like
That's the whole thing
suave
going on.
white jacket.
White
Right.
vest. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway,
sorry, go
the
ahead.
sad news that we're all talking about, of course. Rebecca Azor no longer with Leftist Mafia. No,
Of course.
I didn't
Mike
even watch when I wasn't on last time because I just
Mike
assumed
really
that happened.
Mike really
It
fooled
did.
everybody with
Yeah,
that image he put up for Thanksgiving.
That's true.
Really?
Like
Just announcing that we were having an
Should we bring that up in
episode.
case people didn't see that? That
Yeah,
was,
pull it up on the
That was some amazing trolling. Want me to bring that?
I
Mike,
was
do you have
just
it?
saying,
I just
I
suggested
can
that
find
People
it.
actually like DMing me, leaving me voice messages like, "Whoa, what happened to the Mafia? That was such a good show. Why?"
Well,
like,
Rebecca
reading.
is gone, so let's introduce the 5th new Leftist Mafia host, ladies and gentlemen, Lance's new landlord. Everyone.
I've got to scroll far. I have a lot of Henry Kissinger.
I think I found it. If you go to your media section.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's one of your recent images.
Okay.
There we go. I got it.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So yeah, Mike put this out on the 23rd.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Some disappointing news regarding the future of Leftist Mafia, and then tagged all of us. Mike, want to read it since you wrote this?
Sure. Dear Leftist Mafia viewers, after doing a show together for nearly a year, we've collectively decided that our last episode, streamed on November 16th, will unfortunately be our final episode together. That is, until November 30th, which is when the show will resume. We've decided to cancel today's show so the American hosts can have dinner with their families and argue with their conservative relatives. This was a very difficult decision, and we hope you can understand from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you all. Sincerely, the Leftist Mafia hosts. P.S. Land back and free Palestine. So yeah, just letting you all know we're going to take the day off. That's it. No big deal. I don't know why you're all, worried and freaking out. I mean, come on.
All right. But when you think about what happened, the fact that one Henry Kissinger was unable to see one last episode of his favorite live stream, the Leftist Mafia, because we decided not to do that show. Just sadly, 6 days before he passed away,
was taken from us. Too
soon, right? From us, way too soon.
And I just want to say, like, on a serious note, Henry Kissinger, he was a what? He was a light in this dark Or I'm sorry, he's trying to.
He's doing Hillary Clinton impression. This is his impression.
Henry Kissinger was a good friend.
I thought you'd ask the reflex.
I'm trying to play it up, but I can't. Like I'm just.
He's a good friend of the show. He was a big fan. He would come on every now and then, and he would tell us. He would relive his glory days of carpet bombing numerous countries, and we'll miss him. They say only the good die young, and in this case, definitely true.
I can actually hear your soul dying when you say these sentences.
we only had 100 years with him. That's it.
Yeah, I was amazed that I still saw people bothered that there was criticisms.
Imagine, think about it though. 100 years. Amazing. Imagine we could have done what he could have accomplished with just 100 men.
He's not only a terrible person; he lived like a full, happy life. Let people criticize the murderer that he is. Like, give me a fucking.
Honestly, the first thing, the first thing I thought when I heard that he died, other than holy shit, it happened, was. Oh no, my favorite meme, death at the crane game. We can't use it anymore.
It's over.
I feel like we have to put somebody new in there, like maybe Dick Cheney or Clarence Thomas. Like it can still live on. It has to.
Not old enough. They got to be like in their 90s.
Yeah. No, that is true.
There are war criminals in their 90s. I'm sure there's plenty to choose from.
I mean, we could, I guess. He's not, you can't dislike him like you can the others, but I mean, I'm trying to think of
McConnell might be dying any day.
Politician up there, and Jimmy Carter's clearly going to be the next to go, right? I mean, it only makes I mean, if you're a betting man and you're one of those people who take part in the death pool, I mean,
we're just talking about the sad news of Henry Kissinger's passing. We've had a day to grieve, but it's been difficult. I don't know how you're hanging in there with it.
I know we were hurt too. We could barely say a word.
No reply.
There's nothing I really have that would I have nothing to offer for this, but carry on.
What does your shirt say? It's blocked by the.
It's
is it Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
Well,
Rebecca has the best shirts.
Like on the back. Is it? Right.
Oh, yeah,
wow.
See, Rebecca,
nice.
one problem when you do that is that you need to talk into the mic for us to hear you.
Oh, well, yeah. I have to sit around. But yeah, I love me a graphic tee. So, and I like things like, from my childhood. And so
I love that.
With a lot of those.
Very cool.
Made it up for the gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've got the best collection.
Yeah, thank you. I be trying. Like I try to look for the good stuff, not the stuff like I know there's like a video of kids in like school that's going viral on Twitter or whatever, or I can't say Twitter, TikTok, and they're all like in school, and the teachers are asking them. The teachers are more millennial teachers, so they are asking the kids like, "Do you know who's on your shirt?" So it's like Poetic Justice. It's like Tupac. They have like some Fresh Prince t-shirts, some rock bands, and the kids don't know nothing. They just wearing it because it's cool right now.
They have no idea.
That makes you feel so old.
Yeah, I mean,
Nirvana's a big one. A lot of kids wear Nirvana shirts, and they don't know who Nirvana is.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to see y'all. Y'all look good and refreshed.
Nice to see you. Did you have a nice Thanksgiving?
I did. I went home to Florida. So I went to my family down there, and I was just there for a short amount of time because, we had to work the next day. So I had to come back for work, but I was there for a short amount of time. But I got to take my nephew to the beach,
nice.
and we had like a mix of Haitian cuisine and American cuisine because my sister made some food too. So she made the American turkey and my mom was over the Haitian turkey. So it was good. And I got to take my nephew to the beach, and that's like our thing when I go down for the holidays. I take him to the beach, but now he's getting older and it's almost like, he don't want me to take him no more. But, it was still good. So, but it was nice to be down there for a day or two. Yeah.
Yeah. We kind of just like did a low key thing. We went to a couple of Thanksgivings, stopped by my mom and then my in-laws, and then we watched Good Burger in anticipation of the second one.
The sequel or the first one?
Well, we watched the first one last week, Thanksgiving, and then we watched the sequel. I think the day after or something. I can't remember when, but it was good. Of course, the classic is the best. But yeah, it was good still. It was a very good burger weekend.
Did you still did you get the vibes from the first one?
Oh yeah. Okay. All of it came back up. It was genuinely like the dopamine rush that I needed. I felt genuinely happy. I loved it. Yeah, it just brought me right back to my childhood.
Oh, I like that. Then I should go check it out.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it. You know, the song "I'm a Dude." That was stuck in my head, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was nice to kind of like cleanse my brain of the toxicity of politics and just like have a little bit of a break. It was really nice.
Good burger too. Yeah, I saw there was a sequel. I was actually excited for it. That's good to hear. It's all
I know that there was one of the burger joints that were like partnering with them and selling the burgers. Like,
really?
Burgers. I don't know if it was Whataburger. It was one of the places that were helping to promote it. I know that a lot of people had a hard time promoting during the strike. I didn't know a lot of these movies were out. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Right.
What was it? The Marvels?
It's Arby's. Everyone's saying it's Arby's.
Yeah. Okay, so
Arby's. Is it?
Okay, yeah. So somebody was joining with Good Burger. So yeah, I don't even know if it's still there, but I don't eat burgers. But if I did, I would check it out.
Are you vegetarian?
Nope. I just don't like burgers. I don't like fries.
Really?
I don't
like fries?
You don't like fries?
Oh, fries. My goodness.
Sweet potato fries are good.
Well, I was gonna say fries can be overrated. People hype up fries way too much, but like you're naming two of the most like everyone's addicted.
I know. I don't eat burgers and I don't eat fries. It's just never been a thing for me. Yeah. I grew up on Haitian food, so when I went off to FAMU, Florida A&M University, the #1 HBCU in the nation, in Tallahassee, when I went there, that was the first time I ate other food outside of Haitian food. So I had to learn how to eat chicken wings, and it was good to me. Now that's good. Like I was learning how to eat that because where I'm from, there's a lot of Haitians there. So a lot of us just ate Haitian cuisine. We weren't really allowed to eat out. So when I went there, I'm eating all kinds of foods and stuff, and burgers were never something on my list. Yeah. So
they're overrated for sure. I would say fries aren't though. Fries are not overrated. Burgers are.
Oh my god, burgers are amazing.
I think burgers are just burgers. I don't think they're like highly rated. They're just. It depends. I guess it depends on the burger.
Salmon burgers are good.
Oh, now that I can't co-sign on.
So wait, Matt, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. Trying to remember what we did. Oh yeah, it was good. We went to because my mom's stove wasn't working or something. She knew in advance. It wasn't like a last minute thing. But something happened to like the gas line or something, and they kind of needed to come fix it or something. But we went out to a restaurant and it was nice. Went with my family, and then the next day we went over to my wife's family, and it was all good. We did two Thanksgivings, like we do two of everything because we got kids and all four grandparents are here, thankfully. So we got to do it up while we can.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Nice. I know David and Lance, you Canada, so I know y'all don't celebrate. Well, it ain't like we really celebrate Thanksgiving, but that's the time we can get with our family. Like, them holidays, we know what it's about.
We have a Thanksgiving. It's just way before yours.
Yeah, it's like before Halloween, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You call it Thanksgiving too?
Yeah, ours is about the harvest, not about genocide. Ours is more about the bounty of the year's feast. But it's Thanksgiving. You meet your family, you have the turkey, the stuff in the gravy, all that stuff.
Really? And when is it, you say? It's
David, do you know?
It's like October 12th this year or something like that. It's usually the first half.
It's before Halloween.
October.
Oh, so you guys already celebrated it. Well, how was that for you guys?
Filling. It was delicious.
Yeah.
My mom rocks a really mean Thanksgiving dinner. I got to give her credit.
Oh my god.
Yep, mine too. It's great.
We appreciate moms here. They're great.
Love mamas. Mamas.
All the I hope most people appreciate moms.
I love my. I was so happy to see her. And shout out to my mom. I know she's not watching because she wouldn't understand. But love, mama. I love you.
That's really sweet. My mom doesn't watch my stuff anymore.
Well, I was gonna say, it
love
makes
you,
me
Mom.
nervous when I find out the parents are watching. When David's like, "What was it, your mom or your dad?"
Oh, right.
I was like, "Oh my god, I swear and talk about cum so much. I gotta watch my tongue on this show."
I'm not sure how often she really. Like, she's complained that my videos are too long, so I have a hard time imagining she's watching like 5-hour leftist Mafia streams.
Yeah, my mom is not a fan of my content anymore.
I think it's just more like she'll just like tune in, tune out or something. Like, she'll jump in.
No, she used to watch it, and now she's just like, oh, she'll ask me about something. Like, oh, I did a video on that actually. She's like, oh, I haven't watched. I'm like, oh, okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, my mama, she just be like, yeah, you be like, you talk with the politics stuff. I don't know, like she doesn't know, and she's not gonna understand anyway. But she just, that's it. She asked me about the white people that I work with.
How white are they?
I was like, Mama, I was telling her who you guys were, and I was explaining. So she's asking me, and then so she's asking about each of you. And I'm like, oh, they live. This one lives in Canada. This one's here. And so, but yeah,
oh, that's funny. Yeah, that is cute.
Yeah.
Well,
everyone's
folks,
asking if we're going to watch the debate. I hadn't planned on it. The Gavin Newsom versus DeSantis one.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
I don't mind popping in for a little bit. I just don't want to get copyright struck like last time.
Especially on my second channel that I'm streaming right now.
That's tonight.
Yeah. Well, what I think we could do is, I'm sure that there's going to be clips online. We could probably watch a couple of clips once they start popping up on Twitter. But if we stream the whole thing, there's going to be a problem. I know David got like a copyright strike, or was it Lance?
It's still on my Twitch. It's one of the three. If I get 2 more, I'm done.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I ended up just privating my. Yeah, I got lucky. I privated my debate stream, so yeah, I don't think it's worth the risk, honestly. And I don't care that much. Like I'm interested a little bit if there's any highlights.
Streaming it?
But
is it Fox News?
Fox News, yeah.
Oh yeah, they will. That's who did it last time to me.
Yeah, Ian picked.
They will absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, there's other stuff that is happening. There was Mehdi Hassan was fired. George Santos may be expelled during the stream, and Henry Kissinger is dead. LOL. So yeah, there's still stuff to talk about.
I was waiting for you because I was waiting for you at the door because I know you're the one, Mike, that will, you're not afraid to speak on.
You'll punch an old man, Mike, is what you're trying to say.
Right.
I will.
That's Mike. He deserved to die, and I'm not really too mad about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I've got to say,
I've been celebrating.
Yeah, this has really been, I feel like, vindicating to see everybody celebrate his death. And
at the same time, can I just pause for a sec? He's 100 years. Like, we're celebrating what exactly?
He lived
a full life.
You're right.
Never faced any repercussions for anything.
True. He should have spent his last remaining days in jail. But that's why, post death, you should be just pissing all over that man's legacy.
Well, you should absolutely talk about his history. But
how horrifying it was.
I feel like celebrate's the wrong word for someone who lived a full happy life.
Yeah,
I know that
100 years.
That's the thing. It's like it's hard to be
more criminal around.
Right. It's good that, like, I'm really happy that he died, but it's like, God, I wish that he didn't live to be 100 years old, right?
Yeah,
but like that quote from Anthony Bourdain, I love it so much. It's like, every time I go to Cambodia, I can't not want to kill Henry Kissinger with my bare hands. I'm paraphrasing it, but like that's the sentiment, because like you see all of the carnage that he caused. I mean, I think it was the estimate is anywhere between 3 and 4 million deaths that he's responsible for.
Yeah.
Right. So like, yeah, for me, I was really happy about this. I was rocking the memes. I was loving it. I was glowing when I saw this. And like the way that I found out, and this is gonna be one of those like, where were you when Henry Kissinger died moments? But like when I found out, I saw Henry Kissinger trending. I didn't even look because I'm like, okay, he's probably not dead. And then I came back to Twitter just because I was bored, and I looked and I'm like, oh, no! And I like started, yes! Like I started like cheering, like it was just euphoric feeling, almost like a high.
So why do we hate Henry Kissinger? Now I know, but why, Mike? What is it? What is it for people who don't know?
Well, it's basically there's so many things, right? Let's start from not as terrible to the worst.
I can
there you go. That's perfect.
Would highly recommend. Very good.
Yeah. I mean, it was the neoliberal policies that he pushed, the way that he basically allowed for coups in Latin America, said the U.S. has the full backing, the bombing that he facilitated that we didn't even know about. It's hard to even begin because there's
the war.
There's so much.
The war in Vietnam, which he eventually accepted a Nobel Peace Prize for
after he
for brokering a peace deal. He was responsible for extending the war in Vietnam intentionally to be able to win a following election cycle and maintain his power. He was also one of the key architects of saying that we're going to start bombing neutral countries that had never attacked the United States, including Cambodia and Laos, which resulted in, again, hundreds of thousands of deaths right there. He propped up numerous dictators from Pinochet to allow the Khmer Rouge to come to power, which enacted one of the biggest genocides in human history. Like, it's just like, it's thing after thing after thing after thing when you get through his laundry list of horrifying atrocities, that like he also simultaneously was doing that while at the same time was always revered as this incredible statesman who's done so many amazing things, opened up China to the United States, all this stuff. He was a celebrity. He was a sex symbol. That's another really fucked up thing that I was like, what sex symbol? What? None of this makes sense. Like
100 years at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also
he dated
accused
of
anti-Semitism.
A Bond girl, right? That's the sex symbol thing.
Oh, I didn't know about the Bond.
Oh,
but there's like
I read about that.
There's
like,
Playboy articles on him being like, the sexy statesman, Secretary of State.
There was a time people were weird and were like praising that kind of stuff.
They're still pretty weird, to be fair.
Yeah, people are still kind
There's
of weird.
people who fell in love with like Ted Bundy and stuff too, right? So like people, there's this weird thing about mass murderers where like people have this weird affinity for them or like obsession with them. It's not just like Ted Bundy and Henry Kissinger, also Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, remember all the memes when that Netflix documentary came out of people like dressing up as him or being sexy. Like, it's just, people are very weird. And I don't think they think it through, right? Like, you see this very famous, wealthy person, and I guess people not liking them makes them alluring in some way. I don't know the psychological thing that's happening there, but I mean, basically every single continent was touched in some way by Henry Kissinger. Like, they have complaints.
Oh yeah,
everywhere.
I haven't even mentioned like Indonesia. I haven't talked.
Oh god,
about,
it's the list. Like, it's
India,
overwhelming.
Like,
yeah. Every single recap video is like every single person adds the caveat. I'm just scratching the surface. Like, I was watching a Good Politic Guy's video. Shout out to him. Really, really great. Just kind of going through. It's overwhelming. Like, I think we're still going for like the things that he did. We didn't find out about until after he was out of power. There was so much like secret bombing campaigns and whatnot. So we're still probably going to find out as time goes on. Like, just the monstrous stuff that he did is just unfathomable to me. So yeah, it's really nice to see him die, and I hope that his family's really sad, and the people who revered him were sad as well.
Mike, what?
Yeah,
I agree on that last one. I hope the people who revered that war criminal are sad, and I'm very happy that war criminal's not on the earth anymore to keep doing horrifying things.
What I think is interesting in all of that, like, is how someone, like, how he got a Nobel Peace Prize, like, for just like saying, hey, I can make this go away. Like, we can stop this. But that's like, for me, you were a part of the reason why so many people died. And now you get a Nobel Peace Prize. I don't understand that. America's it's
considered the most controversial award of the Nobel Peace Prize, I think, in their history.
There were resignations
towards it. Yeah, there were resignations
because of
it as well.
Yeah. Although, like, I've heard some people who they'll say, well, the Nobel Peace Prize isn't necessarily about people who were like saints. It's about people who tried to bring peace in spite of carnage or whatever. So that's how they justified
was the reason for a lot of carnage. And then now they give
after extending the Vietnam War, they're like, oh well, you ended it. Here's like it's comical.
That's what that bothered me a lot.
It's just it's completely delegitimizing to the Nobel.
Something else I think a lot of people don't know is that his foundation that he started is one of the biggest reasons why American geopolitics are directly entangled with corporations and the resource extraction of corporations. He worked and developed an entire strategy of if you are a large lobbying firm or large company, you can partner with us and partner with the geopolitical interests of the United States in order to then reap the benefits of war in various parts of the world as we ravage it. That in large part, that legacy is still going to be destroying the planet as a result of a lot of his work.
Yeah, it's just it's immense. The legacy that he's leaving behind, the death and destruction, the way that what he did still affects people till this day. It just can't even be overstated. Like, it's massive. So yeah, that's why a lot of people, myself included, are just so excited to see him finally die. It's just sad that he lived so long. I wish that he died much sooner, but I'm still happy.
I like how much enjoyment Rebecca's getting out of this. Every time Mike's like, I'm so glad he died. Like she can't help but like.
I get it because it's so funny how he keeps saying it. It's like he's just explaining why he's not the greatest person, and then just like I'm just happy that a person finally died, and I'm just like, why does he keep ending it like that?
he's one of history's greatest monsters, without question. Like it's there are a few equals to Henry Kissinger, and the fact that like people could like Hillary Clinton called him a friend, shit like that. Like you should be disgusted by yourself.
They went on beach trips together.
I'm not surprised though.
Beach trips.
They went. They actually.
I didn't know about that.
Trips.
Now what they was doing on that beach trip? You see, you can't. No.
Yeah.
Who put
you put sunblock on my back for me? I could never get this spot.
Listen, what Bill wasn't doing, maybe Henry might have been. I don't know. I don't know. So
yeah. It's it's nice to see him go, but like I guess the one thing I'll say is that like
I'm on the same
I
page.
hope that like the people who he affected like feel some sense of justice. They never will, because he never spent a day in jail. But it's like just knowing that, I don't know, like if somebody brought so much pain and suffering, like does seeing them die bring you closure? And I hope so. Right. That's the best that you can hope for. But there's just never going to be justice, no accountability. And the people today, like the war criminals today, like Condoleezza Rice, all these Republicans, Matthew Romney, they're all, all talking about how sad they are. It's like, man, yeah, Bush. I mean, these people should be in prison. And we know that if Henry Kissinger is not in prison, they will never be in prison. So it's just, there's this sadness to it, right? Like, even though I'm really happy in this moment, there's also just this sadness because it's like, man, this man, he lived a very long, happy life. He was wealthy and 100 years old. It's just, it's
100 years old.
But it's just, it's really fucked up. Really fucked up.
Because God loved him, that's why.
That's the worst thing anyone said today.
We'll see in the afterlife what that looks like.
Yeah. So the last thing I'll say in this is I hope that his death was painful. I hope he suffered a lot. I hope that he was aware as he took his final breaths.
Honestly, the term rest in piss is too kind. He should not rest. He should suffer in piss. Suffer in piss. That's what we should leave it with.
If I could get a live feed of the devil torturing him, I would watch that at least 8 hours per day for a year until I got bored. But I still probably wouldn't get bored. Just the evilness of this man is just so much.
I feel at this point you're baiting liberals to start doing that tone policing they always do, where it's like, excuse me, this man is a revered statesman and he had an accomplished life. It was complicated after all, but at the end of the day,
Although I haven't even seen liberals like tone policing us.
That's how extreme. That's how intense he was.
I saw.
Really?
Who was it? Charlie Sykes, I think. He responded to like the Rolling Stone headline with like he was like stunned. That Rolling Stones headline would be like, finally dies.
Fox News too.
And it's just
yeah. Do you remember Tudor Dixon?
That people are bothered by that reaction to a mass murderer dying. It's really weird.
Right. Would we be sad if Hitler died? No. That's a relief for his victims. But Fox News had the Chiron.
Well, the way he went out probably wasn't preferred by most.
Right.
But if he lived till if he lived long and didn't do what he did,
bunker himself.
I would have preferred to like somebody chainsaw his head off. But I mean, I'll take death however we can get it.
So specific. What is?
I know. I know. Like, okay.
Mike has this thing where he takes it like just one notch a little too far.
I know he's I
feel
that.
Listen, I would not go this far usually, but I feel like I have this extra grace with Henry Kissinger to where I can say all these things, and you all.
I knew you were gonna go there today. I knew. I literally. I was on the phone with my friend. I said, I know he's gonna be the one to just be giving it all about this. So.
Did you see the pushback that happened after the Queen died? The amount of people that were like, "Hey, you cannot say she did not choose that life. How dare you say anything bad about the royal family?"
Yes,
I was like, I can't. How? But that what? And they were saying this to indigenous people, to Irish people, to black people, like all groups that have been directly affected by the royal family. And I was like, why? Like, that one pissed me off. And this is one of the ones where
she didn't choose the life chose her.
She didn't choose the game, all right?
No, but people were mad if you had any comment.
I know.
About
you said fuck the Queen. You couldn't say fuck the Queen. They got mad at you for that.
Yeah, that's insane.
They were mad that other countries weren't like sad about the Queen dying, although like they were under their rule, but they were mad that these I'm like, people can be like, okay, I'm gonna continue to go on my life because yesterday she was alive and today she's dead and nothing has changed for me. Like a lot of what they've done has affected why I'm probably living this way or whatever. But people are like, but that is the royal family. That is the royal family. I'm like, I don't give a damn. Like, I know what I know about them. And you know
how people always say like, oh, what would the founding fathers think? And it's usually some bullshit. I feel like that's the one scenario where it's like, no, like they would actually be like, wait a minute, you can't say fuck the queen? That's bad now?
Yeah. It's like they got mad when we talked about
that's a great point.
What is a really good point. Those racist people that founded, like you said, like the founding fathers of America, like Trump got so upset that we were speaking against Robert Lee when they decided they wanted to take the name down from the school. Like, you didn't even know about Robert Lee until we started talking about removing his name.
That's so true.
Who is Robert Lee? Like,
he doesn't give a shit. He's just echoing whatever his base is saying, and like,
yeah. I hate this.
No
whole,
one knew who Robert Lee was until I
them.
discovered him.
Yeah.
We need to stop looking to these like dinosaurs, like the founding fathers and royalty, as if they're like deities. I mean, they were human beings. The founding fathers shit in holes in the ground. They were all racist slave owners. Fuck them all. They wrote a shit constitution that we like prop up. Yeah, they were slaveholders. Fuck them. Like, I feel like it's good that I feel a sense of hope that like future generations are saying, man, the queen was shitty. Look at all these fucking countries that she colonized. Like, they were under her rule as if she was royal. Like, she's not fucking royalty. She shits just like all of us. Like, I mean, shut the fuck up. Like, I can't take it. Everybody, like,
royalty, that's true. That's true of all royalty in history, though, Mike. They all shit.
They shit. Listen, the queen probably made some giant ass farts. Like, she's not royalty. She's a human being just like all of us. A shitty human being who's born into immense wealth and privilege, but a human being nonetheless. She's not better than all of us because she happened to win the lucky sperm club. I mean, come on. Like, I hate that people prop up these rich ghouls who are responsible for like the hell that we're living in currently.
Like, what do they do? Like, I really would love to know, other than just
they own all the dolphins in England. Every dolphin in England belongs to the royal family.
They're a tourist trap for people.
You're kidding me? No, Lance, is that a lie?
No, I'm not. That's a real thing. You can look it up. They own all the dolphins. The dolphins are royal property. Yeah, so don't fuck with the dolphins, or you fuck with the royals. That's all I can say. Yeah.
The orcas might have something to say about that, and they might want to free them.
Yeah, they'd fuck them up. They'd fuck
them up. The orcas want to join the chat. Okay.
I mean, they also have a little something to do with everything that's happened over the past 75 years in a little land called Palestine and Israel.
Yeah.
See, so they got a lot of blood on their hands just generationally.
Yeah.
But yet they're the wealthiest, and because they're wealthy, and because they have stature and hierarchy, you tell me I need to love on them.
You got to pay deference and fealty. Yeah.
Them. Are you kidding me?
It's like these people, they just took random map that they had no control over, but it's like, no, this is ours. Carved up these countries in Africa, drew lines right through tribes, through different, and then all this conflict that's going on till this day, that still the death and bloodshed is still as a result of all of this imperialism and colonialism. Mm-hmm. And it's just
all the public land is technically owned by the crown in Canada. Like in Canada, all our public land is owned by the crown. Technically,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's called crown land. Maybe the royals should carve up some land and say, here, this is where the Jewish people have a safe haven. Like, why? Why did they just give away someone else's home? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, if they want any land, they can have Florida, but anywhere else in the world is not. They can't touch it.
Florida, because South Florida isn't really considered the rest of Florida. So yeah, Florida, everything else but South, and take everything else.
North Florida.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
To back up Mike's point, though, that's none of this is a bending on his beliefs that he's against capital punishment or any of the rest of us. There's a big difference between being like, I think that someone should be executed because I disagree with them, and then after someone terrible dies, being like, oh hell yeah, they're not around anymore. That's good. That's great. That they can't keep doing evil.
Yeah. That's exactly my point. And it's like the problem. Yeah, the problem with this is that it's not like these are people that did something bad and then that's it. It's in the past. Like the things that they did had this ripple effect that goes on till this day that still causes pain and suffering, which is why
it's landmines going off over in is it Cambodia? No, it's where did he was that
Well, they used cluster bombs in all of these countries.
Laos, yeah.
So yeah, people could still die from bombs. Like that's how insane it is, you know. So yeah, it's just I think that the people who were affected by this, I think they're right to be relieved that these monsters were gone, and yeah, I celebrate their demise. May your enemies fall as well, everyone in the world. Yes, yes. May they all die and perish.
What if you're their enemy? Then what? Should you fall?
Well, I mean, look, here's my thing. I used to be really weird about like death and stuff like this, but we all die one day, right? And in the event like I die, hopefully that's not going to happen in the near future. But you know, if I die and people celebrate, I don't really care. I won't be here to be mad or offended. It doesn't matter to me. This is a part of human life. We all die. We all.
What kind of freak would celebrate your death though? Like, let's be honest. Like what?
Well, Mike is celebrating.
Who would be happy that you're gone?
Yeah, I could see some tweets like, this is what he said when Henry Kissinger died. I'm glad he's dead. Ha ha. His family should be sad. I'm like, who cares? They're not going to see that. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter to me. Like, you can take and I always joke about this too, because like after my dad died, there was this like talk about like expenses and stuff. How do we do this? And like I came to the conclusion, I'm like, listen, after I die, don't spend any money. Like, flush me down the toilet or leave me on the street somewhere. Why would you spend thousands of dollars?
Is that your will? Flush me down the toilet?
Kind of.
Mike, it's like, you think you're a goldfish?
Listen,
some people want to make it nice, but whatever you
it's
say
for
you
them
want.
though. It's not for it's not for you.
Right.
It's for them.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
Like, I'm an organ donor, so take what you need. And then burn the rest, and just like,
can I have
it on the toilet?
beard?
It doesn't matter. Sure.
No, I need a beard. I can't grow facial hair. That's not fair.
Yeah.
It's
like it
are
doesn't
there
matter.
beard implants or transplants? Is that a thing? A beard
No,
transplant?
that's the thing. Did you not see? There's a viral video of a guy going to Turkey. He's a handsome man too. He went to Turkey and went and got it, and it looked crazy because what is that? Tripophobic, whatever. With the little, that's what it was looking like on his face when he went.
Oh, that sounds
honey,
terrible.
he is bearded and still fine. So whoever that man is,
also it was a good job.
It was a good job. It was a good. It looks like yours, David. It didn't grow out like Mike's or like Matt's. It's okay, Lance. I love your face. You got good skin. But it looked like yours, David. It was like that. So
the transplant for like a basic short beard. That's interesting.
Yeah, it did a transformation on him. He was a handsome guy to begin with, but he wanted facial hair, and he said he just couldn't grow it.
Was it an actual transplant, or they just like glue hair to his face?
No, transplant. It was like they did it, and now it's growing out of his face.
I'm pretty sure, Rebecca, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it the same way that they do like for men with male pattern bald? Like they took a part of hair from somewhere else, and they basically like. Took
I don't know. I didn't. When he was showing the process, he didn't talk about like. He's black. Okay. He's black. He had a fade. I don't know if they took from his hair. It wasn't like
because like what I was talking about was like taking it off of like someone else's face, like transferring Mike's beard to Matt Binder's face. Like,
maybe you could do that, but people do that.
That sounds a little morbid though.
It's creepy. I don't know if you. I mean, that's how, because I was watching the Try Guys actually, and one of the guys underwent this surgery for his male pattern baldness, and they just took hair from the back of his scalp, and they just put it in the front, and it worked actually. So I like, is that transferable to another person?
That may be a thing though, because he didn't. Yeah. He just showed his like process, like just visually. He didn't really talk about what they did exactly. I don't know. He probably updated that video, but he just showed he went to Turkey, he got it done. And so it was just looking really dotty for a while. And then months later had a little bit of growth. And then months later, he came out and said, okay, good job. They did a good job. So,
hey, Rebecca, I just noticed your channel got monetized.
Oh yeah, I meant to tell you. I got monetized this week on Thanksgiving Day. So
congratulations.
Yeah. Go send her super chats.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Finally, after they denied me, and Lance gave me some little tips and tricks, and I tried to do that, and I think it worked. So they they gave it to me. Yep.
About damn time.
I know, right? It's about damn time.
They are so fucking slow.
they are disrespectful. Like,
that
it's you and those videos. Like, are you really? I'm okay. First of all, look at Leftist Mafia. Y'all know that's me. No, there's nothing. There's nothing. And then on my show, it's literally the banner is me. It's my show. But you know, I just had to adjust some things. I'm not on YouTube so much now. I want to be. So I have been, but I usually let my producer do all that stuff usually, and now I'm more hands-on. So because I'm usually at work, so he does usually all that stuff for me. I never use my page, and now I am. And now I am finally in the super chats. We growing. Okay,
Nice.
I'm two people away from 2,000 people on my page. So y'all go ahead and become those 2 people. Yeah, go ahead and subscribe, do all that good stuff, and yeah, let's get that page growing.
Yeah.
All of Matt's people. I saw Matt's numbers. Y'all got numbers. All y'all people, go over to my page and and subscribe.
Right now, I'm on my second, so our viewership is a little lower than usual. I'm on my second channel right now. I'm actually trying to grow this channel. I'm trying to monetize this channel, so I got to have 2 channels going. But,
what channel is that? So we can go follow that.
Right in my name right there, youtube.com/David Dole.
Oh, so it's your personal? Are you doing something like personal?
Well, yeah. So initially, I was doing some gaming videos. I'm not really sure what I want to I still want to do that, but I'm not sure if there's going to be any really specific, angle. So it may just be like an amalgamation of things. So, but regardless, I want to grow it and hopefully monetize it. So that's. I saw some in the chat being like, "Where's David's stream?" And it's right here. There you go.
Okay, good.
Hit subscribe.
Speaking of that, David Dole, I sent you a clip. I haven't seen it yet, but there's apparently a funny clip of Ron DeSantis losing terribly. If you just want to watch a 1-minute clip.
Oh,
sure.
Already? It just started.
Let's see it.
All right.
Yeah, and on my second channel, by the way, I plan, if I have time, on making a top 10 games of the year video. So stay tuned.
I'm doing that too. We can compare.
Oh, we've got competition. No, that's good. I'm excited to watch that. I'm obsessed with those kinds of videos.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, just I do have a follow-up. I do have a follow-up. Ron, in California. Ron, I'm happy that you continue to talk. Let's talk a little bit about Bidenomics, because I'm happy to take that on right now as well. And I think it's a fair point. You're a big supporter of it. I appreciate you acknowledging 14 million jobs, 10 times more than the last 3 Republican presidents combined. Because he had 815,000 manufacturing jobs were because of the COVID lockdowns. Are you kidding me? 3.9% unemployment. As he continues to talk over me, I'll talk to the American people. 3.9% unemployment, the lowest black unemployment in American history, the lowest unemployment for Hispanics in American history, the lowest unemployment for women in 70 years, the lowest black poverty rates in history. That's this administration's agenda. And by the way, as you smile and smirk over there, you should know this, the American people. Here's a guy who celebrated Bidenomics just this week, celebrating $28 million that came into your state because of the CHIPS and Science Act, one of the most significant economic plans since FDR. I'm proud of the work Biden and Harris have done.
Would you like to respond? And
look at DeSantis' face here. Well, Gavin Newsom's going just like, yeah.
And no, it was creepy. And then he was grinding his teeth, you can tell.
Yes,
and then
yes.
He got really weird and he kept looking over and
doing his little bobblehead over here too.
He has a hard time with exhibiting human emotions. He just
Gavin Newsom okay, Gavin with the good hair. Okay. See, this is what Ron DeSantis, remember I was saying like he's kind of cute. This is what he was supposed to be. Like this is what he was supposed to be when he was first coming out with like the young man, the youngish guy coming out, whatever. But he didn't get there. And then when you guys started pointing out all the weird things about him, I couldn't unsee them. And then when I was hearing him speak more, present himself more, he has no presence. Like there's nothing there that, but Gavin came with something. He came with confidence. See, he came with all that power and he knew what he was saying and he had something to actually say that made sense. And Ron DeSantis just sitting there grinding his teeth, looking crazy. Like it's like he goes somewhere in his head and it's like he just goes to sit in a chair in his head. And I don't know after that. It's so sad. I feel bad for him.
What is even the point of this debate? Is it just for viewers? Is that it?
Yeah,
what's
vanity.
That's the point of the debate.
Vanity.
Yeah,
gotcha. It's kind of like a prelude to the 2028 election. We all want to be moved on from Biden and Trump, and so they're trying to leapfrog this election and pretend like it's 2028. But I hope it's not going to be DeSantis and Newsom in 2028. Hopefully, well, I mean, it's not like there's going to be anyone good, but it'd be nice to move on from the two
usuals.
Yeah, just the same. Like to have a repeat of 2020 just is so exhausting mentally to think about.
And it's like, give us something else. Like, give us something else to talk. We don't have anything to say because we know what it's going to look like. We know what it's going to be.
Right.
And then, like, we're really not, for real, we're side-eyeing Biden. Like, we're looking at, like, come on now. Like, I don't.
I got one more clip here if you want to check it out.
Sure. Yeah, Biden's not even running on anything this time. It's like, what are you running on? What are you going to do?
He's not Trump. That's the platform.
Yeah. It's kind of the 2020 platform.
Yeah, exactly.
And I want to answer that very directly. I'll tell you why I'm here. I'm here to tell the truth about the Biden-Harris record and also compare and contrast Ron DeSantis' record and the Republican Party's record as a point of contrast that's as different as daylight and darkness. You want to bring us back to a pre-1960s world, America.
Oh, his face
reverse.
is doing so much weird shit.
You want to roll back hard-earned national rights on voting rights, on civil rights, on LGBTQ rights, on women's rights, not just access to abortion, but also access to contraception. You want to weaponize grievance. You are focusing on false separateness. You in particular, Ron, are on a banning binge, a cultural purge, intimidating and humiliating people you disagree with. You and President Trump are really trying to light democracy on fire. So, Sean, there are profound differences tonight, and I look forward to engage them. But there's one thing in closing that we have in common
himself being weird.
Neither of us will be the nominee for our party in 2024.
Oh,
damn!
That was a good line here. Let me play it again.
Listen, replay that.
I was distracted.
That we have in common is that we have things.
Go a little bit further back.
Engage them, but there's
Can you
one
cover over
thing
Ron DeSantis' face?
That we have in common is neither of us will be the nominee for our party in 2024.
He's a good talker. You know.
He's a good orator, which is why it's surprising to me that DeSantis would agree to this, knowing how much better Gavin Newsom is at speaking to a camera than DeSantis is. Like,
well, it's ego.
Why would he agree?
Ego. He doesn't realize he sucks. DeSantis doesn't know he sucks.
Does he? I don't know. Does he not? Look at his face all the time.
No, they said the Ron DeSantis emoji is the one with all the teeth, and I'm looking at it right now.
The grimacing face.
And yes, it is. It's exactly. It's the same. Okay.
Yeah, he makes that face. Yeah.
But it's like, honestly, I don't know why. Again, the point of this was like, I still don't. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. It's like Ron was not prepared. Ron wasn't prepared at the debate that we seen. The Republican, he wasn't prepared there.
I think that is him prepared. He's just terrible. He just doesn't know how to control.
He doesn't have it.
The stage presence. He doesn't have the genetic quality.
No, negative.
He doesn't have it. He just doesn't. And you would expect for him to have that, but he's so weird. I think he's weird because he knows that everything that he says, he doesn't even believe. So what, like Gavin, Gavin be the reason why I even know Gavin's background and why he is loved, because a lot of the things that he passes or fights for is stuff for the minority groups. And we'll see in California, he'll make sure things really happen in California. So he's really about his constituents. Ron is about a particular group of people, and that, he makes sure that he's not good to minority groups, and that's problematic. And the lies that he spews out, especially for Black people, for the LGBTQI, we see that. But having somebody who's all about people, and his background definitely shows that. He's standing on business. He is Gavin Newsom, and he kind of fine. He really has it. But Ron doesn't.
Gavin Newsom has his body history though. Doesn't he vetoed like multiple like workers' rights bills that have passed in his state? He's a
standard corporate Democrat.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
he's better at communication for sure.
Yeah,
but that just helps him get away with more things.
Okay, see, that's good. A lot of this is what we need to understand. This is what we have to, as long as we all understand this, all of these politicians, they have spotty backgrounds, and I don't trust none of them. right? I don't. But right now, what we're looking at, Gavin against Ron. I mean, I feel like that's a no-brainer.
Obviously, there's
What I do know about Gavin, though, I don't know much. I'm gonna be honest with you, but what I do know about him, everything that has been covered about Gavin has been positives as far as what he's done for California.
That's because there's a reason for that, though, because they want to make him like the next, at least one of the next front runners, right? So in terms of what the stories they prop up about him, how they discuss him, it's going to be a lot of fawning coverage. And
so he has to know,
and because he has no real power outside California, there isn't really yet, I think, high profile critiques in like big papers or like even like leftist papers about him, really, because he's not. Though I imagine if you look at look at Jacobin, I'm sure there's a piece on him in there where they're criticizing him. So
now it's just more people digging in, because anytime somebody wants to step up to the front lines when it comes to speaking about anything presidential, they're gonna dig into. I mean, it don't take 5 seconds. Tomorrow when we wake up, it's probably gonna be something happening with that. But as far as right now, Ron is really is doing himself a disservice. I don't know why he came. He should have been like Trump and just sat this one out.
Oh, fun fact. I don't know if you all know this. No, I agree with that. I don't know if you all know this, but Gavin Newsom's ex-wife, Kimberly Guilfoyle, is now with Trump Jr., which is
which I think is a massive red flag.
Say that again. Say it again.
Yeah, so Kimberly Guilfoyle. I don't know if it's Trump Jr.'s fiance or.
You ever heard that crazy lady? Gavin Newsom dated her.
Yeah. I think they were married. I'm not 100% sure.
Were they married?
I'm not actually sure, but they were together.
Oh, it's messy in the house. This is wow.
Yeah.
Everybody is okay. So it looks like everybody has a piece of everybody.
Yeah. One thing that's interesting about what's his name? Gavin Newsom. I already blanked on his name. He's that forgettable to me. But like he was actually, I started following him before Bernie Sanders. And this was back when he was the mayor of San Francisco, because he was one of the first Democrats to come out in favor of gay marriage. So like when they were all really like, oh, civil unions, or we want to get rid of DOMA, but we're only supporting civil unions, or it's up to states. Like he one thing that is good about him, politically speaking, is that he is able to detect like the way that the winds are sailing better than other corporate Democrats. But he is still a corporate Democrat, and he won't go outside the parameters of DC. So that's like the one thing. I feel like he's kind of like a bit more. He's more of an Obama type, to where he's charismatic and he's a good speaker, and he understands that like being confident will get you a long way in politics. But at the end of the day, he's like a status quo maintainer, and that's why the Democratic Party really wants him to kind of be the successor to Biden. It's why mainstream media is giving him all of this fawning coverage. It's because he will do nothing to substantially change the system, which is why he's a great choice. And like compared to Biden, I mean, he looks incredible, right? Because Biden is like, he looks like he's on the cusp of dying. Like he's almost incoherent half the time, So yeah, that's the thing about Gavin Newsom. He's a bit deceptive.
Of Biden like falling asleep at that conference, I think it was in China. Is that real? Is that because I saw that video footage going everywhere? But it's like, is this real or is this like a meme or AI? It's very recent. But he's just at a table going like.
Yeah, I saw that.
Is that real?
I think it's real.
It's a still image, right? Or is it a video? I don't know.
No, it's a video. We have to try to
check it out.
No, it's a video. Yeah.
Not everybody dragging Gavin Newsom in my chat. They putting his business out. Somebody said Gavin allegedly cheated on one of his wives with his best friend's girl.
Well, who cares about that? I don't give a shit.
That's not a reason. Not okay.
Newsom is very good at cosplay. No, they don't
care about. I don't care about who cheats on.
No, I just like the tea. I don't care.
Keep going. I don't care if the next president is like a friggin' man whore or whatever. Who gives a shit if they're good at policy?
No, because if you're not good in your household, so you're in your own household.
That's not true.
I don't. No,
Rebecca's reflecting voters. You say that's not true, but Rebecca is reflecting the desire of a certain section of voters that do want a person to reflect.
It might not help in terms of winning an election. I agree with that, but it shouldn't matter.
Not y'all saying.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Everyone fucking loves JFK, and there's no one more famous for being unfaithful to his wife.
Oh, Taft. Taft was more unfaithful.
I don't like JFK.
He's not faithful. No, when people think, come on, Lance. When people think of president who was unfaithful to their wife, they don't go
definitely
Taft.
Yes, he was
the first one to
yeah.
Hey, hang on. When I think of somebody who's unfaithful, I think of Obama with his gay lover. Did we forget that already?
I did forget about that.
You guys surprised me with that one. That was a crazy video.
Yeah. I love how nobody's even like talking about that because like not a single person believed it.
No one believed it.
Of course not.
Like,
even Fox News didn't let him do that. He had to get kicked off of Fox News, and then Tucker finally got the go-ahead. All right, you can run the Obama story. Go nuts. Go interview that guy.
Yeah, I found the video, by the way, of Biden. I put it in the chat if you want to play it. It's from NBC News, so this is.
Oh, so it is real. Oh, that's wild.
Yeah. It's really, it's such a bad look. I mean, God, I'm especially. I'd be curious to get Matt's thoughts on 2024 after this. Because I think you have a really good gauge, and I'm curious after like all the polls if you still feel confident. Because maybe you can reassure me. Because I'm right now.
I have no fucking clue now. No, October 7th, I was feeling like it was a short thing.
Yeah,
I was. But now I don't. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be Trump. But yeah, well.
We are a community that relies.
I don't think he's falling asleep here. I mean, this is Sean Hannity sharing this, right?
Blood or by friendship.
Or who is this guy?
That's Hannity.
But here's the look I was talking about.
My son's home.
Yeah.
My daughter's home.
What? He's not falling asleep.
My home.
No, he's definitely
He's just
not.
looking down.
He's like super engaged, if anything. He's like thinking hardly about the speech.
What the viral clip was.
Are we sure he's looking down? It looks like he was resting his eyes.
Yeah.
He's looking down. Look at him.
Okay. Yeah. So it wasn't as bad as the video I saw.
Yeah.
So the one that I saw was probably edited.
They probably slowed it down or something.
100%.
Yeah. Because he was. I saw him like with his mouth like he looked like he was looking at like a demon like bursting through the floor. Yeah. That makes sense. So I'm glad we watched the whole thing. But yeah, I'm curious what you all think. Yeah, there we go. We're Mythbusters over here. I kind of feel like Trump is an inevitability, at least right now. Like,
no, I don't feel like
I don't know because Michigan is out of play now. Like, it's like I have no hope. So give me some hope because I need something. Because right now I'm thinking
things change a lot in a year. Is what I would say. Is like So I think it's impossible to really know where things are right now. Or where things will be just based on what's happening right now.
Things change a lot overnight.
Also, it's very appropriate to say fuck Biden at this point in time. The election's a year away. Like, people can be disgusted at someone basically enabling a genocide, and that's totally good and valid.
I'm with it. I don't care what people say. I don't care because people consider me to be a certain thing. Like, well, I should be here. No, if someone isn't like, I don't care. This leader isn't being a leader, isn't being a good representation of a leader, has blood on their hands, and is allowing people to die, stick right beside these people. I'm going to look at you crazy. I'm not, I don't see you as presidential. I don't see you as somebody who should lead. See, the ops, the feds.
Yeah, I got you.
Let me get my camera together.
Yeah. And just David Dole shared a really good tweet about you had like a side-by-side of like an article in Biden where he was seemingly referring to Israel's actions as like terrorism, but then they backtracked it. And then also he said something to the effect of like, yeah, well, it's a good thought of maybe conditioning aid to Israel. And then there was a Politico article like days later saying, no, not even on the table. So it's like he's such a coward. He looks so feckless right now. And it's not just like that he looks like a coward and he looks weak and desperate, but he's like, he has blood on his hands. Like he should be penalized for this. He should be tried.
He's parroting propaganda. He's like, on one instance, you'll have like stories that are being either debunked or investigated, and then you'll have Biden come in front of a camera and be like, oh no, that was a Hamas headquarter for sure. That's a fact. And you're like, you can't say that though. Like we don't know for certainty what it was. Was it a node? Was it a series of guns that were there? Were they placed? What's going on? Does that justify a war crime, even if it was any of these? Or is the actual government of Israel right now saying that they actually helped develop and build the very bunkers that they're claiming are now Hamas headquarters, right? Like all of these things. You as the president do have a responsibility to, at the very least, fact check your statements, Right.
Yeah, it's just, it feels like a hopeless situation because Even like Netanyahu was saying, he's trying to, because politically he's in trouble in Israel as well, but he's trying to convince the hardliners like, Ben Gvir and his party, who want just more and more bombing and whatnot, even more right wing than Netanyahu, if you can imagine it, that like, I'm the one to stand up to Biden. I'm the one, like, and so like, he's looking like Biden is looking like such a cuck right now. And he's just fine with it. Like, he's fine letting Netanyahu walk all over him and treat him like shit. And he's just still going along with it. Like, it's so weak. Like, it is the antithesis of leadership. And he should be ashamed of himself.
Wants Trump in power, by the way. So
yeah, exactly.
Power. Yeah.
Yeah, Netanyahu knows that it'll be easier to do what he wants with Trump. And so how do you do that? Well, you drive down Biden's popularity by just like defying him and making him look like a cuck. And it's working because he is a cuck. It's just, it's so fucked up.
What is a cuck?
Well, it started, the origin of it is somebody who likes to watch their partner.
Involved in cuckery.
Yeah,
with somebody else.
Which no kink shaming,
but it also
it evolved politically.
Yes,
there's more to it that there's more to it than that, though. There's a race element as well, which makes it.
There can be, not always.
Yeah,
but when the right used it, it was when they started.
Yeah, so it's one of those terms the right tried to reappropriate and use as an insult, right? When it's just like it's two consenting adults want to do it, go nuts, go, be the king of cuckery. But it's used as a
well, there'd be 3 consenting adults if it's cuckery.
Right? Yeah, sorry, three or more. Three or more.
I don't have anybody who uses that term, so I was like, why? I need to know what that means. Okay, so now I know.
It's used more.
Depending
Rebecca,
on,
do you need us to explain other stuff to you too? Have you heard of bukkake?
Oh god!
That one's
I really would like
right appropriated term.
So y'all got to teach me because I'm like, okay, I need to know.
No, we're not teaching you that one.
Where?
Yeah, cuck is more. I see more white people use cuck than anything.
That's being filthy
like
right now.
White, slang that's widely used, in the white community. Or community outside of
this is, to be clear, this is slang that's used amongst right wing like alt-righters and stuff like that. Yeah, and the GOP, they like using it. This is conservative,
but still sounds
not all white.
Majority
Hashtag not all white people.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, but we'll say right wing white people.
Okay.
Yeah, the left has appropriated it though, and so it doesn't necessarily have the same meaning. Like it's more like. It's more a synonym for like a weak politician, because like this idea of a cuck, like if you're thinking of it from like a kink shaming angle, it's like, oh, what, you're weak. Why would you let someone else be with your partner? With your wife. Yeah, like it's a weakness. So it doesn't necessarily mean that in my opinion.
But in reality, it actually isn't. I don't want to get into this, but I don't think it's actually a weakness.
No, if anything, it sounds like
it sounds like you're ultra confident. If anything,
that's what it's sounding like.
That's true. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Well,
Rebecca, if you ever need to learn about these terms, there's a great website that breaks it down. Just type in Goatsy.
Don't say it.
Oh god!
On Twitch, if you give out sex
god.
websites, you cannot give out sex websites on Twitch.
Oh my god!
It's definitely TOS.
That was a joke. It was a joke. Don't go there. It doesn't exist. I didn't say the domain. Nobody knows the domain. Nobody knows the domain.
No. Yeah, okay.
And this is how I lost my second channel.
I just got monetized. We trying to keep it cute. Now, somebody said keep Rebecca innocent. Now listen, I said I don't know white slang. I don't know. Now we're trying to. We're becoming a community here, so they're teaching me. So I know because Mike said it like 4 times. He's like, he's such a cuck. He's such a cuck. And I'm like, it must mean something crazy because he keeps saying that man is that thing. So I don't know.
He's trying to reappropriate a term that got reappropriated. He's doing a double reappropriation. And it's like,
yeah.
Mike's always up in the new vocabulary.
Yeah, and fun fact. So Kyle Kulinski called Bernie Sanders a cuck. And I think that was part of the reason why Bernie Sanders wouldn't allow him to be interviewed when he was on Crystal Kyle and Friends. He's like, no, only Crystal Ball. That's not confirmed, but like
Bernie looked up cuck and was like, nope.
Yeah, fuck this guy. Yeah. So I'm not the first to use cuck as a term of. I should probably come up with a better term for Biden. than cuck, because cuck isn't necessary. It doesn't like
enough with saying it. I feel like somebody just know how many times we really just said it.
Somebody's gonna cut it all together in like a minute-long supercut.
Mm-hmm.
I like the old classic. I like bitch, but I guess we can't use. Is that okay to use now, or is that bad?
I use bitch sometimes, but I use it in the more gay sense.
Okay.
Where it's like exclamation, like
bitch,
like
how we would use, like women would use with their girlfriends or whatever. Because I can't just if I walk up to a man though, societally, if I walk up to a man and say that, I'm calling you weak. Then at that point, like you're a weak person. But
yeah, I would never call a woman a bitch. And I don't even I don't feel right about calling a man a bitch, but I do say it as like just excitement, like, oh, bitch, you got a PS5, like something like that. You know what I mean? Like something like that, you know.
As a term of endearment, yeah.
Speaking of
I
words,
don't use it that much though.
Speaking of words we can or cannot say, there was a recent clip of a certain somebody from the Daily Wire. Like that segue. Like that segue.
I like it.
That was a
good segue.
You had me scared.
It's
never a good start to a sentence. Speaking of words we're not allowed to say.
Speaking of words we're not allowed to say, I'm about to say a whole bunch of them. No, but there is a clip that we're gonna play right now. Mike, where did you go? You got to be here for this. Why did you just leave?
He did a whole video.
It's a bathroom break.
All right. Yeah. Well, David, pull this clip up. So Jeremy Boring, the CEO of the Daily Wire, the guy, he had like a movie producer career before that, and now he's like spearheading the whole movie division of Daily Wire, it seems. But he's also the CEO of the company. He goes on Tim Pool's show. I sat in that very chair, by the way. And he has some very interesting things to say about how we can change the narrative around what words we can and cannot say. And it's very interesting to hear what exactly the first word that comes to his mind is. Go ahead.
You'll never guess.
Here's the problem. The problem is that anonymity on the internet allows for the ghettoizing of beliefs that are not approved by the regime. So a lot of people will say, well, I have to be anonymous on the internet because if my boss finds out that I've got these views, they'll fire me. But you're only in the position where your boss could fire you for finding out about those views because you've allowed those views to be completely ghettoized through anonymity online. If 5 million people came out today and said the N-word, I'm not recommending it, but no one would ever get fired for saying the N-word again. Like
they wouldn't be able to.
You wouldn't be able to. You would have brought that to a conclusion. That little absurdity in our culture would be brought to an end. The ghettoizing of our beliefs allows for the punishment of anyone who steps outside of the ghetto.
Yeah.
So if they catch you saying what you believe, they can fire you. But if we all just had our names on it, we're saying the things that we believe. Yeah. And you might say that we would have more cultural cohesion if we didn't have online anonymity too, because the online anonymity also allows us to become more radicalized in ways that left and right, in ways that probably aren't ultimately good.
So, I agree, but I think it's a cultural issue.
Ghettoizing?
Can we just start with the ghettoizing? What is? I honestly
the amount
don't know
of times he said it. The amount of times he said it too.
4 times. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I sort of took it as like, man, this dude really wants to say the N-word, so he's using this word instead.
I heard hard ER when he said the N-word, and he kept saying ghettoizing. Like, what is he talking about? Like, I'm really trying to follow because it's just giving you want to say the word with the hard ER. Every time he said ghettoizing, when he said ghetto, and when he said the N-word, I heard ER.
Like I know he wasn't using the word ghetto in the sense that it's used when when talking about a place, or he was talking about like an isolation thing. But there are a lot of words to use to say that. He was very specifically chose to use the word ghetto over and over again.
He was saying it in that way to me. I know it could I mean, we could play it off of that, how he was using it in that other way, but no, it was definitely giving like he believes It was giving exactly what it was racist. It
you
was
know exactly what he was thinking.
That's it. Like, I don't know how to flip it, turn it.
And also, we just need a 5 million.
5 million. That's the
5 million. 5
you know
million
how he says, I
man march on Washington, just everyone saying the N-word at once. The world will be a different place. It's amazing. It's
if he believes in his own theory, by the way, then why would he not recommend it? If it tomorrow, if 5 million white people specifically, by the way, said the N-word, and that would suddenly prevent any consequence coming from having it, then why would he be? I'm not recommending this. Because isn't that what you want?
Also,
then? Like when you're isn't that your
also
whole
he's
thing?
literally the CEO of a company with what I believe probably 100 if not more employees. They could be the change they want to see in the world right now. Daily Wire should just start saying the N-word out loud and proud on their videos and everything. And they can start right there. No one's gonna get fired. Jeremy Boring runs the company. Who's gonna fire them for saying the N-word? He just said it's okay if everyone in the company just gets up and says it.
It's to me equivalent to the N-word. Like, why would you even try to create that to be a thing? And
it sounds shoehorned in. Like it doesn't belong in the sentence. It sounds so weird to say. It's like,
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows me trying to listen to the explanation. I still didn't get anything out of it. I got
right. I think that Hassan had the best take on this. He's like, this is the only time that the right is like recommending workers organize when it's to say something
collective action to say the N-word.
Now you support collective action.
That's what the right organizes around.
It's so unserious. Yeah.
Why does everything? I mean, we know why. This is a rhetorical question, but why does everything for conservatives always come back to? Why can't I, a white person, say the N-word? It's not fair.
Didn't you mention that to Tim Pool in your debate? You said that.
Yeah, I did.
Matt,
we're the good whites.
People are confused.
Oh, wait, people don't know if I'm white?
No, I don't know if you're white.
Oh, you don't know if I'm white? I'm white, yeah.
Do you identify as white, or are you white?
I do. I always identify people. If I don't go around saying I'm a white man like over and over again, but if someone asks me, I mean, it very famously happened on Tim Pool's show to his tens of thousands of viewers. He asked me what my ethnicity was. I don't remember the topic of conversation, but he asked it, and it doesn't sound as weird. He did ask it and I was fine answering it, and I told him I was white. And his listeners got really upset because people think I'm Middle Eastern, people think I'm Indian, people think I'm Latino. I don't correct people because when they're like trying to like diss me using I mean, it's happened a lot over the past 2 months. People think I'm Middle Eastern over the past couple of months because I'm pro-Palestine and critical of the Israeli government. And people have said racist things to me. I don't correct them because the point isn't like, whoa, can't say that to me. I'm not Middle Eastern or Arab. It's no, the fucked up thing is you're being racist to me because you think I'm Middle Eastern or Arab. And there's nothing wrong with being Middle Eastern or Arab. But yeah, but when I was on Tim Pool's show though, and I told that I was white, his audience in the live chat was very upset because they didn't believe it, and they went and looked up. I don't know where they found it because I don't really talk too much about it. But they found out that I am ethnically Jewish, and I consider myself. I mean, I have Ashkenazi Jewish background. That's white to me, but not to white supremacists. So they got very upset that I claimed I was white when I'm
also the white folks is mad.
Yeah,
he was claiming
the white supremacists.
Okay, that's just so you don't. Wow, they don't want you. Don't even. They're just pushing you all around. They don't want to accept you anywhere. That's okay. You are who you are, Matt. I was just confused because yes, I am people who will just look at you and be like, "Oh, you Middle Eastern," because that's pretty racist to do. But you just you do look Middle Eastern to me.
You know what's funny? When I worked at Walmart, like I was a lot younger, so I looked a little bit different before the beard. This old lady, I helped her find some shit. I don't remember what it was. And she's like, oh, thank you so much. And she's like, what's your ethnicity, by the way? I'm like, my ethnicity? I'm like, I'm white, but I mean, I'm Portuguese. She's like, oh, I asked because you speak English so well. I'm like,
oh my God.
It's my only language I know how to speak, but thank you. Like, I was so confused.
Goodness.
Like, why would you, first of all, why would you ask that to somebody? It was so out of the blue.
How white did she have to be to think you were not white?
It's like
she was like,
I'm blindingly white, lady. I'm whiter than the hairs on your head. Are you stupid? And just the way that she asked it, just like, oh, thank you. She thought she was being kind. It was so weird. It was one of the weirdest experiences ever. Oh, what's your ethnicity? Like, I've literally never been asked this my entire life because it's pretty fucking obvious. That's so weird. Like,
it goes to show that whiteness too, because I like to tell people this all the time. Like, Black isn't a monolith, and white isn't a monolith. People look different, all kinds of different. I would think that all y'all, I would think y'all not like white. Everybody looks different here. All of y'all look different. So I know that backgrounds have something to do with that, or whatever the case may be. But I mean, white isn't a monolith either. Black isn't a monolith. We all look different. Some people might say we all look alike because we're Black.
No, I will say I feel like white people all look alike. Like they're.
I've seen a few of you guys a couple of times.
so Mike, either you think I look like all the white people, or you're one of those people who think I can't claim being white. I'm a Jew.
You can Eastern.
Let me show you what I mean.
I love Middle Eastern people, but that is how I see Middle Eastern people. I thought you were. I was strong and wrong, but people might see me and think that I am because I'm tall. They always compare me to like a tall, long face Black girl, brown skin, every single time. Hey, this girl looks, and it's always coming from white people. This girl looks just like you. Girl don't look nothing like me, but because that's how they view me, and I don't take that personal. I just know like we do see. I feel like I've seen each of you somewhere walking down the street one time, like at some point. But
okay, yeah. I found the photo, and this is why I say this, and I came to this because I never thought about this, but like white dudes look the same. Let me find. I shared the link, David, if you want to pull this up.
I'm so offended.
Is it the photo of all those people sitting in a row and they look over? And...
Yeah. I saw it. I'm like, oh my God. Like, this is And
see, I don't look like any of those guys.
Well, these guys do.
I don't look like any of those guys. So, maybe I'm not white. If this is what you consider white to be.
These guys all look the same.
We know what kind of guys those are. And we know what schools they go to, what communities they live in.
I know what cryptocurrencies they own.
These are all affluent white dudes. Like, I'm going to guess a lot of English in the background, maybe. It's, again, I'm not sure here. But I feel like there's probably some similar backgrounds in this picture.
The amount of mayonnaise that they consume between all 7 of them, it's got to be a lot, or 8 of them, excuse me.
It is funny though how like the tone of their skin is basically all matching.
Yeah,
there's no palette there.
It's the same color palette. Yeah,
there's like one Romanian guy there. I think the rest are all white, just white as hell.
I guess it depends on where you live. What you got in your background, like that kind of stuff. People have like you, Mike. You look, you could be Italian, right? That's what you get.
A lot of people say that. Yeah, my dad doesn't look. I mean, I look like my dad. My dad has like a darker complexion than me. So he was perceived to be like Hispanic or something, but he's just Portuguese. He identified as white.
I thought you were gonna be. I thought when I first met you, I thought you were South American, like Ecuadorian or something. Because I know someone who looks just like you, who's Ecuadorian.
There's a lot of figueiredos in Brazil, so it's not necessarily.
Yeah, I can see that. For you.
I got that same Portuguese Mike does.
I can see that. I can see that. Lance, it's given Polish. It's given somewhere over there. But I'm not sure. But that's
my daddy was born in Santiago, Chile, I guess. But he immigrated from Catalonia, and my mom is indigenous. She's Métis, which is usually a mix of French and Cree people, which became their own individual.
Would have never guessed that for you.
I know. It's just it's the hairlessness. That's it. Like when people are like, "Why don't you have any chest hair?" I was like, "That's my indigenous roots."
And
that's
then
why I don't have facial hair
or
hair.
Everything is perfect. Like you just
everything's perfect.
Yeah, it is.
What a compliment.
Yeah, I'll go with
what a compliment.
That's sweet.
Good man. Like it's so I would think that that would be my guess. Like people meet me and then when I start speaking another language, they get confused. And I'm like, Black people speak other languages too. Like, why are y'all confused? But they get super confused. Like, oh my God, like you speak another language? And I'm like, okay, why? Like, why can't I speak another language?
You speak another language.
But people don't know. There's some people who really don't know. And so
what's funny is my dad for all my life he's like, oh yeah, when people would ask him what his ethnicity was, he'd be like, oh yeah, I'm Portuguese and German. So I always thought that was German, and I took like one of those DNA tests. It's like 0.5% German. And like, yeah, like 0.5% German, and then like 90% Portuguese.
You gotta go white supremacist
and 10% Spanish. Yeah, it's like, goddamn, Dad, like you really were like playing up the German part. Fuck.
Not in whitewashing. Yaya Street.
Yeah, like it's 90% Portuguese, 10% Spanish, and like tiny bit of German.
That's like Elizabeth
come on.
Warren saying that she's Native American.
It's, right.
Like 1,000. You know?
My dad was the German equivalent of Elizabeth Warren, telling everybody he's fucking German.
When I went to Peru, because my wife is Peruvian.
Peruvian, right?
People would come up to me though and start speaking Spanish to me, like automatically.
I can see that.
I would. I'd look at them.
I've had that happen to me too.
I look at them and be like, no habla español.
And then they get offended. Now they upset that why are you not speaking Spanish? Why?
In fact,
are you not speaking Spanish?
When we went to a restaurant there, I ordered something, and the guy automatically knew I was obviously from America because of my accent, but he like mocked me, but using a Californian accent to mock me, even though I'm from New York. Like I ordered, I think the food is called lomo saltados, and I said that. And he was like, "Oh, you want the lomos saltados?"
Oh,
and I was like, "Oh, man, are you from California, man? No, that hurts more than anything."
They get mad that you don't speak the language. Like my first job was at JCPenney, and I lived in South Florida. That's where I'm from. So a lot of Hispanics, they look like me, like they, people who come from certain areas. So the woman is just speaking to me in Spanish. My dad speaks fluent Spanish, so I'm picking up on some things or whatever. But I'm like, I had to just stop her from where I could go. No español, no. She was mad. So she started to, I understood what she was saying to me in Spanish. She's like, no, why don't you speak Spanish? Kids get to America from these other countries and they don't want to speak Spanish no more. No, because I'm not Hispanic. Like, let it go, lady. But she was so upset that I just was not speaking Spanish. She was just so mad.
I've tried to learn so many times, but like when you don't speak Spanish like with someone who's like an actual like speaker all the time, there's no way to practice and you just forget it. It sucks. And like half my family is like Mexican, but none of them speak Spanish either, so it's hopeless. I'll never learn.
Wait, where did this? So you just said you were
I was like
Portuguese
and
no, like my close family, like my nieces and stuff, they're Mexican.
Oh, it's like
so
a
like
mix.
Yeah.
Oh, but not
so
your parents.
No, my parents are not. Yeah, my parents are
okay.
Portuguese, and like my nieces and stuff, they're Mexican, but yeah,
right. Like my kids are Peruvian.
Yeah,
no, I'm not. Yes,
and they don't speak it. Their family spoke it, but they didn't learn, so they couldn't teach me, and so yeah. One day I'll get Duolingo.
So the summarizing the story, you guys are white.
I have like
basically,
I
feel very
guys,
white. Although I don't like mayonnaise, so that is a stereotype that is false.
What?
I think it's disgusting. Mayonnaise is disgusting.
Oh, white
people are wrong for that.
For mayonnaise, it's so unfair. That's one of
they say that white people like mayonnaise.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah. Like you ever heard like the extra mayonnaise, please? Like
mayo too spicy. Mayo too spicy.
Too spicy. Yeah, too much spicy salt on this.
Wow, that's crazy.
Mayonnaise too spicy.
Like, so is that I never heard about the mayonnaise thing. I don't know. I'll be somewhere else. I'll be logging out. Like, cause I'm like, I never heard that one. So.
You got so many new things to tell your mom when she's asking you about the white people you do a podcast with.
Mom, they don't like mayonnaise.
They taught me so many things. Yeah.
They don't actually like
Mom, they said they like mayonnaise, but they don't like mayonnaise. It's not true. Yeah.
It's okay, so
funny. Diddy, I wanted to catch up on that. Have you guys seen updates on Diddy? Before we left, we talked about Cassie.
Right.
Is Ole about to jump into the stream here to give us? Is she waiting in the wings?
I don't know,
here?
but she could. But Diddy, with the lawsuit, or Cassie with the lawsuit, and then it was dropped and she was paid out, whatever, or they settled it. And since then, though, I feel like this was what she was talking about when she said, she's given a voice, and she gave a voice to a lot of other people who started to speak up and come against him. And with claims that he's done things to them years ago, some of them in the 90s, some of them in the early 2000s. But now we're seeing him being dropped from so many partnerships. I think from the most recent liquor that he partnered with, from Revolt, who we know he was at the top of. He's no longer the president or CEO, whatever. He stepped down, and they said that he didn't have anything to do with the day-to-day, which is kind of weird to me because I'm like, oh no, because Young Miami and your kids got a lot of, they're at the top of a lot of the programming there, but okay. But he didn't have anything to do with the day-to-day. But we're seeing a lot of, I don't know if, listen, Cassie says she's leaving here with something. Okay. A lot of years were taken from her. And now a lot of endorsements, a lot of partnerships are being taken away from Diddy. And we haven't seen him since. And what would you guys say about that per se? Like, do you guys think that the canceling of Diddy is going to stick with what's going on now?
Well, first I have to see what he's been canceled for in terms of products, because I didn't know about that part. I've been reading up on the sexual assault like claims and all that stuff. I've seen so many, because I've been going, like, I went down a Diddy rabbit hole after you brought this up. I think and oh my word, people are going full conspiracy theory with this.
Yes.
They're showing old clips of Justin Bieber looking super awkward around him, and like Diddy being like, "Why don't you call me anymore? You're all like big timing me now," all this kind of shit. And Bieber's like, "Talk to my agent," and everyone's like, "Oh, he abused him too." And I was like, wait, there's no evidence of that. Or maybe is there anything beyond the weird clips that explain that, or is it just like the internet being the internet?
There was there's so much video. There are people who worked with Diddy alongside Diddy who are now coming out in interviews talking about their experience. And so some conspiracy, and there's some people just coming out in interviews, old interviews that are resurfacing that almost give Cassie's claims some light. 50 Cent on a radio interview.
There's two new lawsuits. I didn't know there was two new ones
that just came out. Yeah.
Oh wow. During the holiday. One's over revenge porn. Well, I mean, that one you pretty much have the evidence in your case, right?
Yeah.
You've got evidence of that being done.
Yeah. So a lot of. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, my experience with a lot of these when it involves super powerful, rich celebrities is that oftentimes the first accusation or two, there's always that initial pushback where it's like, well, maybe she's doing it for the fame, even though she's a billionaire and she does not need money. Or maybe that's the reason. Yeah. Or maybe it's a hit piece, or maybe someone else is trying to take him down and all this kind of shit. And then when it rains, it pours. And then you get like 10 new accusations just, start coming in fast and furious. So it seems like that's what's happening right now. Insofar as like, and that's usually around the time that brands realize that these people aren't brand safe anymore, and then they start saying, well, okay, we're not going to be maintaining this. We do have morality. Like, big brands always have morality clauses. They usually are airtight. You cannot be in any way, shape, or form involved in like pedophilia, rape, sexual assault, sexual abuse, anything like that. I'd say the only part of the story that kind of bugs me is that is there any truth to him being like a pedophile, or is that just speculation?
So I think that's also, I don't know if there's truth to it. Now, again, conspiracy, old interviews have come about with that, with Usher talking about when he was 13 and his experience, him talking about, I think, sleeping in the bed, waking up, and with, younger kids, and but nobody's ever said there were things that were done. There have been speculations, conspiracy, people putting together video to try to tie a story together. So I think it's allegations, but nothing that I know that has been that sticks. But I will say, like, just seeing this happen with Diddy is very interesting. We're looking at a lot of these, like I said last time when we were discussing this. I didn't know it would go this far, to be honest. I thought it would just stop there and Diddy would take a little break and come back out with something else, because that's what he's known to do. We've seen him beat a lot of things over the years and just come back out and reinvent himself. Different name, different style, attach himself to younger artists, whatever. He'll do it. But this one, we're actually seeing repercussions. We're actually seeing, hey, doggy. We're actually seeing some repercussions. We're actually seeing him be dropped from brands instead of him, leaving a brand and getting online and talking about his experience and telling everybody not to drink from this brand anymore or whatever. Now he's quiet. They're dropping him. We're seeing what happens with other people when things come out. Diddy isn't untouchable. So it's happening to him. So I wonder what that's going to look like for his career moving forward. Are people going to believe him? Are people going to forgive him? Because we know social media, the world is pretty fickle. So I don't know what that's going to look like. Like, are we going to remember that Diddy did this in a year? Or are we going to go and say, you know, Diddy didn't really do that. We didn't get the facts, because that's how people usually do. As we seen with Meg Thee Stallion, they still don't believe she was shot. But
that's so insane to me. I'm curious how this compares to. I know that Lance, you've covered this more than me. The Russell Brand situation, because it feels like, I don't know if he was dropped from anything, but he's still like just going, right? Like his tour isn't canceled.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he's talking to Alex Jones now. Like he's going real deep into the whole.
Okay,
like,
there's Diddy's Next Avenue if he wants to.
Yeah, I know.
Be a right wing grifter.
There he is. You got for that.
So what basically happened is that there was another woman who came forward to say that Russell Brand sexually assaulted her on the set of Arthur. And so she's going to be launching an independent lawsuit. He lost demonetization temporarily on YouTube, but he was not taken down or silenced on any platform. He lost 1 or 2 sponsors on Rumble that were playing ads or ad reads, but that was like Burger King and HelloFresh or something. Otherwise, there's been no consequences in terms of someone who's got like a really long and catalog career of this. And then in terms of like Diddy, he's not the only one. There was a bunch of lawsuits that were just launched because New York, if I'm not mistaken, there was a statute of limitations on when you can file specific abuse lawsuits that just was coming up recently. So a whole bunch of high profile ones just came out, like Steven Tyler of Aerosmith, Jamie Foxx, Mike Tyson. Yeah, there was a lot that all of a sudden everyone was like, "Whoa!"
Was it Axl Rose? Is that one?
Axl Rose is another one.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of like big names suddenly got all these lawsuits launched against them so that they wouldn't run out of time. But I mean, I can't speak to all of those. I don't know the details about any of them. I do know Russell Brand's is really bad, and that one's really bad because he was so defended so quickly by a lot of people thinking or believing his story that this was like to do with the truth telling or the deep state or all that, and his shit was really bad. Like he never denied that he had sex with a 16-year-old. He's like, they're just saying that's legal in the UK, so that one's not technically illegal. But like one of the victims checked into a rape crisis center, and there's evidence of that, and there's evidence of her getting treatment at the rape crisis center that verifies and backs up and corroborates her story. Like that shit was really bad. So like he's one of those, I can't believe how many people like backed him and bought into it, you know, and pundits too. Like, you know, Jimmy Dore went on his show right away to be like, yeah, this is because the deep state comes after you for telling the truth and all this kind of shit. I was like, what? There's nothing you can get on that show you can't get on Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan has a bigger audience, and Joe Rogan is not accused of these things, right? And he's been saying the same shit, ivermectin, the elites, all that kind of stuff. He's not unique, but yeah.
I don't know. It's funny because Russell Brand should be canceled, and I know that when we brought it up, I wondered if he was going to get canceled, but it's like the people that are protecting him and are speaking for him, it's different now. Diddy is one of the biggest. I didn't think he would be touched, you know, but this, I don't know. I'm very shocked. Is it because he's black? Maybe. I don't know. He's the man.
But Diddy's also not doing like that Russell Brand thing where he's now courting right wingers exclusively. You know,
yeah, he has nothing to really connect to. He connected to I told you last time, the Christian community, and people were like, they were saving him from like a lot of the things that he did previously. They were like, you know what? He's coming to the church. He knew what he was doing, changing name to love. So he was doing that. And now with this, I think they even were like, we don't want to touch that. We don't want nothing to do with that. So I don't know what he can do, where he can pivot right now, where he can go, what name he can utilize. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. So if he, I don't know if he did that. He did that. He should be penalized for it. I just want people. I don't want this to be like an example. I just want for when women speak out and stuff like that about this kind of stuff, for it not to just immediately be looked at as, oh, she just wanted the money, like because that's Diddy, she just wanted the money. And it's like, that doesn't sound right, because if he offered her this amount of money already and she turned it down, you know, and she said, I'm coming with it tomorrow, you guys gonna hear the rest of it, and he made sure that he sealed that immediately. I mean, why wouldn't we look at it as if, hey, he did that? Like, you know what I mean? And he hasn't come out, said anything. A lot of the statements, they're very short. He, like Diddy denies this, and that's pretty much it. And I don't know. So
the same thing happened for Harvey Weinstein's, survivors and Cosby's survivors. It's like it took like, with Cosby, I think it took like 9 or 10 plus women before people stopped doing doing it for fame or money. Yeah, same thing with R. Kelly. I mean, in the case of R. Kelly,
actually with Cosby, it took Hannibal Buress to do a stand-up comedy set that went viral.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Because there was the word about Cosby was out for a while before that, and then Hannibal Buress did that comedy set, and it went viral online, and everyone was like, "Wait, what?"
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, I was one of the people who Googled it when I saw the Hannibal Buress clip. I was like, "What, actually?" And then when I Googled it, I was like, "Holy shit!" Because I didn't grow up with the Cosby Show. That wasn't one of the things that I watched all the time, so I didn't know.
But like these people can be considered untouchable, and people won't believe it. And people would think just because it's somebody that you loved or somebody that you respected or somebody that you listened to, they're not capable of doing that. But that shouldn't be a reason. Like you guys have said on the show a few times, like your favorite person could be a bad person. They can do bad things. So I was
like
shocked.
Mike said, everyone poops, right? Even the Queen.
Yeah, everyone.
even Henry Kissinger.
Yeah. Okay. I was just shocked that this stuff is actually, I've never seen anything touch Diddy in this way. Diddy can usually pin something on someone else, or like he's gotten away with a lot of things, how he's treated people, people that he's worked with alongside. There are stories, there is evidence of how he's treated people, but in this case, immediately everyone was, like Diddy couldn't have done that. But seeing how brands are like, we don't want to align with that. Like it took that for brands to be like, yeah, we don't want to align with that. And there's something there. There's something.
I kind of feel like, and this is just a prediction based on nothing, but I feel like brands could come back. Like this could not be permanent. Like we've seen advertiser boycotts on Twitter before, and then they come back. And I feel like even like somebody without the wealth and power of Diddy, like Andrew Callahan, like just this year, he was accused by multiple women of very bad things, and he's just back. He's just posting videos again, like nothing ever happened.
They're slightly more right wing. Did you notice? He's doing apologia for the QAnon Jan 6th guy, the one with the makeup and he did a whole kind of like let's humanize him kind of piece, and I was like, this is so weird to watch.
Oh really?
All these people that do this shit, they go and find their right wing audience. Like look at Russell Brand. Like he was planning that seed like years ago.
It works.
Like
yeah.
See, white people have somewhere to flock. It don't matter if you weren't in politics before or whatever. You got somewhere to go. You got somewhere to flock. Diddy, like his last, for me, I think, chance was the church. So he went over to the church, literally got the biggest pastor in the black church, that's T.D. Jakes at the Potter's house, to be his mentor. To go to even show up at his parties, and be at the parties. Like Diddy did that. And was using the line, God is love, and I'm love, and all that stuff. And it got crazy. And like even then, I was like, what a narcissist. He wants to be God. He thinks that he's untouchable. He thinks that like just him changing his name and partnering with the church removes all of the things that he's done to people in the past. And so that's why I was like, okay, you know what he's done to people is gonna come out. But I like to see that even the people at the top can be reprimanded. Like there's repercussions for what they've done, because we've seen a lot of times nothing happens to these people. Nothing happens to people. So this is good to see. I would love to see something happen to like Donald Trump. Like I would love to see more like with that, but we're here. So.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. It's hard. I always just assume that like anybody who has wealth and power is just never going to be held accountable. But yeah, it is smart for him to align with the church. I remember like when the church that we used to go to, they would explicitly teach that like, okay, if somebody is a Christian and they like accepted Jesus, it doesn't really matter what they did in the past, because they kind of like, at least this is the way that like my pastor taught us, is that like, oh well, you see yourself in them because you're flawed, And so they're flawed too. So if they did terrible things, then they accepted Jesus. It's all washed away. So I think it makes sense that Diddy like strategically and cynically like ingrained himself in the community that would be the most like predisposed to just be like, oh, well, okay, he's a flawed human. That's part of life. That's why Jesus died. So it's super gross when you think about it that way. One thing that I'm curious about though is like you said that he ingrained himself in the church. Kanye has always been involved. So I'm wondering, like, I don't know if Kanye's canceled. Like, he still shows up. Like, he was at a Travis Scott concert. Like, what has happened there?
And that's the thing with Kanye. He goes away for a little bit, and then he comes back. He's also somebody who, like they said in the comment section, who's like a shapeshifter. We've seen him jump from here, jump from there, but social media, society, the logic that they use to cancel somebody, they are very fickle and they quickly forget. Next thing you know, the person is going through the back door of another group of people, and these people are accepting him like for whatever the reason may be. Kanye is gonna probably drop some music, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, we got the old Kanye." They're gonna forget what he said, and we've seen this happen so many times with him. Which is why I think with Diddy, we'll see that happen as well. But I don't, I'm not too sure. But Kanye was able to get in. He was able to start with, just being him, speaking against the government, talking about how they do Black people wrong, all these kind of things, right? Woke kind of thing. And then went in the direction with the right, like just immediately sided with Trump for whatever reason, and then said things against the Black community. We were still listening to his music. We thought, okay, maybe he can come home. Then went real deep into the church, real deep. But we have to understand, just because he says God or Jesus doesn't mean much. It was giving culty. It was giving more so he was the God. He saw,
yeah.
It was like, that's why I say Diddy had that same kind of stature to me as well. So it's like they do that, but under the guise of like them getting praise, like being looked at as whatever. Him going to the top of a mountain with Black folks that ain't never been on the top of a mountain, bringing them up there to just sit in the random of nowhere to worship. It's kind of weird to me.
That's super weird. I remember, his mom, she wrote a book about Kanye West, and I remember them talking about this on the radio at the time. This was like at the time when I think Graduation came out, and his mom was like, Kanye West is like other influential figures in history, like blank blank and Jesus Christ, and then just like casually dropped us like, oh damn, this is why he kind of has that God complex. So yeah, it's interesting because I still don't know a year later after he praised Hitler, like, is he canceled? Like, I feel like he should.
We don't know who's really. I don't really know now. Before I used to.
Yeah, he's got enough money to not worry though.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I ask why every single one of you has Drake as your most played Spotify post?
I don't. So yeah, but
everyone else like, why Drake?
I think it's a conspiracy. I think something's going on.
You think so? Not everybody was listening. It wasn't that good this year.
So Drake's album was not in my top 5, but in my top 15 for Apple, number 11 was Rich Baby Daddy, and that's the only Drake one.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Rich Baby Daddy.
Right?
And I woke up because I listened to like slow jams, jazz, R&B at night, like to sleep. I listened to some gospel too. So I put it on gospel this particular night. I was having a hard day and I just wanted some positivity while I slept. Not on my station, my Jonathan McReynolds station. That song was playing on my Christian station.
What? That song was playing?
I screenshot it and I put it up. That song, Rich Baby Daddy by Drake, was playing and it was the explicit version on my station. And I thought it was my dream. And then I woke up and I looked at my phone and it was right there.
They've got to be messing. Like, that's so unreal.
It was playing in the playlist. And I was like, I had to look at it like, I'm like, this is not, nope. And it was the explicit version. Okay.
Oh
and
my God.
Okay, well, Lord, we're going to wake up with that. That's all right. Cause I like the song.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Someone asking, can you talk about Andre 3000's album? I do want to mention that I am a monstrously huge Andre 3000 and a huge Outkast fan. Outcasts, I think, are the goats. And I was like so thrilled. Andre 3000 has a new album. This is incredible. It's unlistenable. It's all just like experimental flute music.
The whole thing, because I was like, I remember I just put on
the whole thing was a flute.
Okay, I felt like I was going fucking crazy because I just put on like the Apple Music newest, like most popular, and the first song is Andre 3000. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm listening to it, and just like it's this long instrumental. I'm like, holy shit, get to the fucking song. And like 3 minutes in, I'm like, where is the fucking and then I give up. I didn't know the whole album was that way.
Oh, the whole album is a flute.
He had a quote like last week or like 2 weeks ago where he was like, how can I possibly make new rap? Like, what am I going to rap about? I'm like in my late 40s. Like, am I going to talk about a colonoscopy that I'm going to get? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
he did.
And that interview is actually really great.
And he said that he has no raps. He said people think that he has raps just somewhere in the pockets. He's like, he doesn't have any raps. This is where he is in his life right now. And he's been studying the flute. He said that he has been playing the flute for years under an anonymous name for big artists on their tracks.
I heard that part.
Yeah.
And honestly, I have nothing against him doing experimental albums or just doing this. I just wish it was under a different name, because when I saw new Andre 3000 album, I lost my shit. I was so excited, and then I had to listen to an entire experimental flute.
I'm not shocked. I can see this for Andre 3000. He because I think everybody fine, and he's still fine. Now that's fine with
no, he's hot as fuck. Yeah.
Yes, and playing the flute though, I'm like, dang, I could be the flute, but I'm like, dang, like that's how you gotta listen to it, and if you listen to it with that perspective, then you hear it different. That's how you feel.
I'm curious, what was your like number one most listened to album on your Spotify or Apple?
It came.
Did it list albums? I don't think it listed albums for me.
It did on Apple for me. My number one is City Girls Raw, their new album.
Was City Girls? Okay, let me see.
I listened to that a lot.
Yeah, that was a good album.
It's a good gym, like upbeat, like up tempo, really good, and also a lot of good like throwbacks to like music from the 2000s when I was growing up and like a teenager. So it was like really nostalgic for me.
Let's see, because I
don't really use Spotify, so I didn't have anything to show.
You do have an Apple one.
Music.
Yeah, they do an Apple replay.
Yours would have been like some pretty hardcore punk, right?
Yeah,
probably.
Okay, Jasmine Sullivan was mine. Victoria Monet and Young Thug.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Brandy as well is on there, but and a Haitian artist named
Brandy has new music.
I listen to her religiously. She's one of my favorites. So I play her like she just came out yesterday.
I gotcha.
So, but yeah, that's on. Young Thug was on here. I did play that album a little much. And I played that album a little much. So.
Most of what I listen to is older music. Like I'm a nostalgia listener. Like I listen to like most of my playlists that I roll through. Like I'll just randomly add songs to it. It's songs from 80s, 90s, 2000s, and a lot from like 2008 to like 2013.
Yeah.
Like that's, and then there's a drop off. Like there's I listen to some new stuff. Like the newest thing on my top 5 is 100 Gex, but everything else was like, it was like Future. There was Drake, of course.
Oh yeah, I love old Future. I love. Yeah. Like, I like that. I prefer that better. I love Future too, but old Future, like back from the mid 2000s. Early, that's when it sounded so much better. I feel like music from like today, it lasts 5 seconds. It's TikTok 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay? It don't last.
We do sound
long.
old.
Oh yeah, we do.
We are old.
Hey, let me tell you something about
hip-hop is dead.
We're in our grown and sexy era. That I'm not gonna take old. We're in our grown and sexy era. Some of y'all parents and stuff, that's y'all business. But me, in my house. We're, it's grown and sexy.
What, you can't be sexy and be a parent?
You can, but the way people talk about it online, it's like you gotta look like you're a mom or dad. Like you gotta look like life happens.
I don't know.
To every
J-Lo
day.
is breaking all boundaries right now. Every time I see her, I'm like, oh my God.
Anyone with a personal trainer it's not fair. It's not like it's not a fair competition.
If you go to TikTok, those moms are tired. I'm not talking about the ones that are getting paid to post. The ones that are they're okay. So
mums.
Their job is to look good. Like that's not.
There was this video I seen of this white woman. She was crying about being a mom, being a wife, and her income. She said she had a great job. She lived somewhere in a ranch, 3-bedroom, I think, 1 bathroom. She was proud of her accomplishments, but she said with her and her husband's income, she was crying on TikTok. And she said with her and her husband's income, they only had $200 left, but all the bills were paid. The kids were taken care of, groceries, gas was in the car, all cars filled with gas, everything. So there were 2 takes happening because of this TikTok video. There were 2 takes. People were saying like, okay, girl, you a mama, your kids is fed, the groceries are in the fridge, you have gas in your car.
You muted halfway through
there. It was right after gas in the car. You're still muted though.
Your mortgage is paid for, everything is paid for, but now you're complaining because you have $200 left over, girl. People are still struggling. They were mad that she was talking about that. And for me, I'm like, I mean, she's saying something that we should all be like. She has a good paying job. Her husband has a good paying job. They don't have much money left over when all
I've seen compilations of TikTok videos where all these people are saying the same thing, because like I don't think everyday people recognize that sometimes, how much everyone is struggling, and then you see those things like, this doesn't make sense. I was sold a lie. I have a high paying job, my husband does, we're supposed to have everything like on paper, and then why is everything unaffordable? Why are we living paycheck to paycheck? Why is a medical emergency going to bankrupt the family? I don't know why people could get mad at that.
She's one
for anyone to get
away.
mad at her. This is not like, it's not a competition about who has it worse. Like she has it bad. People that have it worse than her also have it really bad. Like we can all. This is part of the problem. Is we should all band together and take the fuck over.
That's what I was thinking.
Not
I'm like,
fight each
for
other.
people to be on there saying, now, why you mad? Why you? And I'm like, no, she should be paying all your bills. Literally working to just pay bills should not be the way. And nobody should get mad at her for calling that out. Yes, she's taking care of her kids. But her and her husband have a great paying jobs. And together they paid all of the bills and have $200 left over for themselves. So there's nothing they can really do for themselves. Like if she wanted to have a mom day off, or if she wanted to do that, things that she should have from working as a nurse or whatever, people shouldn't get mad that they're like, well, at least she got money left over. If that's the way that you're okay with living your life, that's your business. But there's a true problem here. People are literally living one emergency away from being poor.
The majority of people too.
Yeah, like you shouldn't just be barely getting by when technically you've done everything right and you work these
Play
jobs
by the rules.
Yeah, like it's so fucked up. Like why are we okay with like scrounging by? I think part of it is that like perspective. Like if you're worse off than her, then you view her as like a privileged person complaining. When in actuality, like she's making a very good point. Like
you should also be complaining. Like
right, you never feel financially secure in this country.
You should be mad at them.
Yeah, like you could get money saved up, you could do really well, make extra, put away money, and then you have a medical emergency, and then it's all down the drain. Like there's no financial security in this country.
No, there's not.
So it's just it's an important point to bring up.
Yeah, and I want to bring it up because I was thinking about her being a mom, and she got on there looking like life happened to her, but she was being real, true, honest, and people were like, and this is something I thought I was thinking this is a great conversation to start talking about how, we're living in a time where everything is so expensive. Rent was still going to go high, but your wages are still where it's at. So are we talking about raising wages? Are we talking about living situation, housing costs? These are conversations that we should be having, but people under like, why is she complaining? Like she got $200. She is a mother. She got a husband. She got kids. What is $200 going to do?
I know.
Well, it's the same thing with people getting furious when they see shoplifters, and then it's like, what did they steal? And it's like baby formula and diapers. And then they're like, well, how dare they steal from Target? How dare someone take from Target? Like, but what are they stealing? Isn't that a little indicative of something else? They're not like stealing jewelry here. This might be to support a family that they couldn't support otherwise.
You know why they're mad?
Saying,
they've internalized those loss for Target. It's like, oh, well, see, they stole. And now if that gets too bad, then the prices are going to go up for me. So it's their fault that I have to pay more. They're taking money out of my pocket. Like that's the way that we've been conditioned to think in capitalism. Yeah. It's insane. We're all brainwashed, and it's very, very bad.
Yes. But free us. It's terrible.
Yes, God.
We're at the end of the show.
Yeah. Well, anyways, as you all know, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
All right, baby. All right, baby.
Said his token line. That's what he said.
And he said it with some power. I like it. It was good. I live for that. We're not here for a good time. We're not here for a long time, but we're here for a good time. I don't know how y'all do this, but y'all know reading these super chats because I got some.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Where do I go?
So do you have your well actually I have Matt explain it because he explained it to me because I couldn't find it at first.
All right,
how you find yours?
I see him.
Your activity
studio. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick. I'll be right back.
In the starred list, it also shows which ones are hers because it's the little link icon on them. So you could just put them on screen and
I'll read them.
Yeah. I'm speaking to Binner because I'm going to go.
Oh, wait, what? What? Oh, what?
If you go to the star tab, the star chats.
Are you not reading your super chats?
Look,
that tomorrow?
Look on the.
David is not here for the time tonight.
Yeah,
okay,
that's true.
I got to I got to teach you all of these so I can just get the hell out of it. All the avatars. There's ones with like a link in the little corner of the circle of the avatar, and those are all Rebecca's because she linked her YouTube separately to the stream. So you can see in the chat in the starred list.
Wait, how did that happen?
Chatter saying Scott is fun.
She links her channel
from here
afterwards.
Yeah.
So it shows her separately as opposed to the rest of us.
I think I see it. All right. Well, she should check to make sure these are the right ones too as I go through it. So
well, I think
go to yours.
I'll go to her first one. This should be hers.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Is that it?
I see it. I have the list of it here.
Right.
He settled real quick, didn't he?
He did. C333949. He sure did. And that's why we should look at him and be questioning why he settled real quick.
Anyways, good night, folks. Before you all.
Right, you're really jumping just like that, David. Wow.
Oh, David, listen. Go
it's
ahead,
late.
David. Go,
it's late.
David.
I got no chats.
Go, David.
Right, because you right. Okay.
That's right.
David said he's out here. That's your excuse tonight, but we'll see you next Thursday.
We'll see.
Bye, David.
Bye-bye.
It's the anniversary episode. We got to do something special.
Oh, next Thursday is? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll talk. We'll plan something.
Okay. So, Andrew S., congrats for reaching the super chat status.
Whoa, there we go.
Oh, okay. Look, okay, great. There you go. Thank you so much. I was so excited and I couldn't wait to tell you guys, but I totally forgot until we came. But and then he wrote, Andrew wrote again, heading back to work, second shift, enjoy the night. I hope your second shift is going well. I know how it is to work at night. Kaya, Damon, Rebecca, congrats on monetization. Your Diddy coverage was so good. You kept it real. Just a random question. What's your zodiac sign? I'm Capricorn. Well, me, I'm a Taurus. My birthday is May 15th. So I'm a bull for sure. Rosalba. Woot woot for the super chats. Thank you, Rosalba. Team Tony Rizzo. Congrats, Rebecca. Oh, grats, Rebecca. I like that. Congrats, Rebecca. Love you. Love you back. Love you, mean it. So Ran. Yay, Rebecca. Time for some 12-hour streams with the crew. Yes, your mama, because not me. I will not be doing 12-hour streams with the crew, but I will be like peeping in when I wake up to go pee and y'all still going. I just don't understand it. Micah, thank you for your super chat. Ouroboros Garden, congratulations on monetization. Thank you guys. It's a celebration. Parker, love for the newly monetized Rebecca. Been watching since early Like It or Not days. Thank you so much. Always been great. Always been a great addition to Leftist Mafia. I love it here too. Thank you, Parker. Leanne Braun, happy for you. Thank you so much. Shadow of Lugia or Lugia. Hopefully I got that right.
No
Congrats on
idea.
monetization. Here's a few dollars. Thank you for a few dollars. Alan Bender, your sister.
That's
your
my
brother.
dad.
Your dad, not your dad.
No
Hey,
way.
Daddy. Not your dad running me the coin. Congrats on your monetization. Thank you so much.
That's amazing.
That is funny. That is funny.
You never told me your dad watches.
He never.
My dad
I was
watches
just talking about how David Dole.
Oh no, my dad watches everything.
Oh,
he
dang.
watches the Majority Report daily, more than I do.
Wow.
That's amazing. I love that.
Watch my tongue.
Mr. Allen. Shout out to Mr. Allen. Running
Yeah, he watches your videos too, Mike, and in your things too, Lance.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Alan. I appreciate you.
Daddy is a supporter. Well, shout out. Thank you.
He's a little progressive. He's a little progressive. He's older than me, but I mean a little progressive. He's a
baby
progressive.
I like that, Mr.
What is it? What is it? Who says lefty from way back? Who is that? Is that Dave Feldman? He says that. A lefty from way back.
Oh, okay.
Cool. That's sounds. Are they saying boomer? Because that's what it's giving.
Yeah.
Okay. So Adar, thank you so much for the $50. Now that you're monetized, you have to stay. You two, you have to stay up reading super chats as late as minute. I'm not. I'm giving y'all 10
You don't want to
minutes
set that precedent.
Stop it. I love y'all. I mean it, but that ain't it. Peachtree Dishes, $2. Happy to hear you got monetized. Love you. Love you too. Love you back. Love you. Mean it. Wanda, congratulations on your monetization. Yay.
Love Wanda.
Thank you. See my other message. This ish is hard. Michelle Reno. I was asking what other message are you talking about? Maybe DM me because I don't know what the other message was. I didn't see what the other message was. But thank you so much, Michelle. Pack TV, first heard Rest in Puss on your show. Was so funny.
I thought Rest in Puss too. I literally thought Puss too before you even said it.
Now I'm embarrassed. Now I'm embarrassed.
My brain went there too.
Rest in Puss.
That's too good for him.
I can't take that. I can't roll that back. I'm embarrassed now. Okay. See now, this is why I be gone because this ain't right. This ain't right. I can't even roll that back because I remember he said rest in piss. I don't know why that didn't register for me. Don't laugh at me because that
it's funnier because I literally thought that before you said it, and then you said it like, oh my god.
And I said it very like I read full on. So I am sorry if there's anybody that's watching. My bad.
Oh my god, that's awesome. I love how our brains are the same.
Yeah, that's just we're nasty. Is that it? We're good.
That's what Henry Kissinger's doing right now.
Oh my god. David Moore, congrats, Rebecca. Leftist Mafia needs your perspective. It's obviously properly full of maleness. Yeah, they need some of me in here. They need some. I love being here. I like being the only for now.
I feel like 2024 our New Year's resolution should be to find a sixth person. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. J. Cass, who did love Never Knew Better, Keisha Cole or OT Genesis? Keisha Cole, well, we know OT Genesis likes to play, but Keisha Cole, the originator, definitely did that better. And T. King, love having you on Leftist Mafia. I love being here. I love being here. Grats on the super. Is that how we saying congrats now? We cutting it off and we're doing grats.
We're saying grats and we're saying puss.
Grats on the super chat. Thank you, Jonathan, so much. Thank you. Congrats, King Hartley. I am never gonna, and nobody better clip that because that was crazy.
When you tell someone no, not to clip it, you're gonna see it all over the place.
Everyone's clipping it. You just got 10,000 more clips.
Oh no.
Okay. Mary J. Blige complained on Diddy Dummy decades ago. C3339409. Andrew, on break, cut my thumb on glass. Night, going great.
Oh God.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
That's not
Wrap
fun.
it up. Is it still me?
You still you, yeah.
Okay. Rushed in here to give you a super chat. Well, thank you. The bestest leftist. I appreciate that.
It's addicting. Now you know why I'm here all night long because they keep coming in.
You can read on my behalf. But if we still go, okay, we love you, Rebecca. You're so awesome for Matt and Mike. That's not for me.
Oh, they're doing the thing.
No, that's for you. That's for you. That's for you.
Okay.
They're doing the. They do. See, on this show, some of the listeners like to do this thing where they give a super chat to someone and then say it's for somebody else to mess with us.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It started when I was demonetized. I couldn't get super chats for a while, so they were giving them to Matt to tell me, and then it just became a thing.
Okay, gotcha. Rebecca, you will split the super chat with Mac and Mike. Okay.
We don't do that here.
Oh, Patrice Hubbard Bell, thank you so much. I'm so glad you get super chats. We'll be here weekly to make you say the Jackson's girl. Now you see, now you playing. The Jackson State University is the best HBCU and university in the world. Now, see, we can be family as HBCUs, but that may never fall from my lips. Congrats on SWAC, though. Yes, thank you. Much love.
Patrice, you can clip that because she did read it, even though she said it would never fall from her lips. And now you got it. Don't
play. But thank you so much, Patrice. Shouts out to our HBCU schools.
See, Patrice will try to get you to say that, but I guarantee you everybody else on every episode going forward is going to try to get you to say rest in peace.
It's probably going to be in the comment section every single time. It's probably going to be every single time. I did Gavin Newsom's makeup for a charity event on 02 or 3, and he's helping a fine Michelle Reno. You saying he fine? Or what? I don't know, but Gavin
she's saying he could rest in peace.
Matt is the kid, okay? And that child comes alive after 10:30 every single time. Because I'll be watching y'all be a fool on here.
It gets so unhinged sometimes when it gets later.
It does. So that's my time, and I know you guys are gonna be up to the wee hours of the morning with this girl.
Nah, you got most of the super chats today, rightfully so. So I don't know if there's that much more, honestly.
That could be. We could go through them that fast if we didn't just fuck around for this long.
I got y'all be playing, and I'm like, look at them while I have to go to sleep and get up for work. Y'all just up here till 3 a.m. That's crazy. Y'all don't sleep, but I love you guys so much. Mean it. I will see you guys next Thursday. I hope that you guys have a great weekend.
You got one more. You got one more.
Okay. Michelle Reno said event, and he's hella fine. He's a handsome man. But,
another one just came in for you.
Stop playing. C394. Get Jeff Wiggins for 6th. Whoever Jeff Wiggins is.
I don't know who
I like Jeff Wiggins. I know him. Yeah.
Have they been here before?
He hasn't been on, but he's good.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. You guys can read the other ones after that. But listen, you guys know I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. You will see me next Thursday. Okay. Everybody be like, so is Rebecca, when y'all dropped that for last Thursday, gonna do it. People were like, I don't like when people people are haters, right? And I don't care for the comment section when they're mean. It doesn't do anything to me. But just seeing how people were really just hating, like, why y'all mad? Like,
I didn't see any of the comments to it. I don't.
Some people were like, who watches that show? But then it's coming from pages that have no pictures, those type of stuff. And some people were really upset that we were tricking them. But then some people didn't read it all. They didn't read it. They stopped right there, and they were like,
I think people stopped halfway.
The show is, dang, not again, man. We really wanted the show to go. And I'm like, just read a little bit more there. And then the bold letters really give you, like, they help you out. And then people weren't reading. So y'all wasn't reading. So that's crazy. Y'all need to read. Just read. But I love you guys. Mean it. Make sure you guys tune in to Like It or Not this Saturday. We are back as well. My show, Like It or Not, alongside Benjamin Dixon and my DJ, Bubba Williams. So make sure you guys tune in on Saturday for that. I love you guys. I will see you guys next Thursday. Bye,
love
guys.
you. Take care. We'll see you later.
See you.
Too close.
Whoa. That's not okay. Okay. So let me go back. So David said you could look for like a link or something. Oh, okay. Actually, I see that. It's on just like the avatar. All right. Well, I'm just going to start from the top. Let's see here. Is this me? Let me see. Okay, Balthazar 228 499. Thank you so much. Of course, Mike's in the authoritarian right quadrant. Absolutely, I am for sure. Hideous Lemon with £5. Thank you so much, Hideous Lemon. It's 20 to 2 a.m. and I've stayed up specially for the Pack Watch party. Are we the Pack Watch party?
That would imply that we were celebrating Kissinger's death, and we certainly were. So
yes. Okay, that went over my head. Okay, this one is
R.I.P. Bozo.
Oh, okay. This one is for Binder. Rest in puss, Kissinger.
Oh, thanks for reading my.
I just wanted to say rest in puss. Susan D. 551. As your Secretary of Education, I promise never to own more than 3 yachts at any given time. Eminem 24. Oh, I didn't think about the Eminem. That's actually really clever. We should just rip off their logo, steal the sexy version of the green Eminem, and make it even sexier.
You guys should.
Yeah, that's what we'll have to do. Matt.
Balthazar 228. Dr. Henry Killinger from the Venture Bros remains the only worthwhile leftover from the Cambodian butcher's legacy. I don't watch the Venture Bros.
I've heard nothing but good things. Everyone who watches the Venture Bros says you have to watch the Venture Bros. So at some point, I gotta I'll gobble up that show.
Yeah. Are your super chats linked on this, Lance? Are you monetizing?
I'm still trying to monetize Mind Explosion, so I got no super chats. I'm just staying because I like your company. I will be leaving shortly.
Why don't you use the Surf's YouTube channel? They got
because I need to get Mind Explosions monetized quicker than later to be able to start getting better viewers on the videos.
Why do you have?
I'm spending a lot of time producing videos for that channel specifically.
Oh, okay. So
I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into making Mind Explosion videos. So
basically, what you're saying is the Surf's is dead.
Yes, the Surf's is dead. There's nothing left. I also I stream 5 days a week on the Surf's channel.
You do a lot. And your Israel video was really good, by the way. I don't know if I tweeted about it, but it was very, very good. Like it was a good summary of the current shit show that's going on. It was very good.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's very kind of you.
You do good work.
Who does the animation on Mind Explosion?
Kyle, he's one of the worker co-op members. He does all the animation cartoons and stuff like that. So he's
what worker co-op?
Great guy.
What are you talking about?
The Surf's is a worker cooperative. Yeah.
Right. It's two of you, right?
There was 3 of us, but Kyle's doing most of the work right now for animation thumbnails. I'm editing the Surf Times. That's what I'm going to be doing right after this is editing video. That's what I do after the streams. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a gifted sub. Thank you so much, Derek. Really appreciate that. Let me see. This is for me, Thisby with $2 Canadian. Thank you so much. Any of you see the anti-Sogi tractor flip this week? I have not seen this.
It's pretty wild. Is
it?
It's all over. It's a viral clip. I think it was in Canada of a tractor getting flipped by the police, but it was kind of fash versus fash because the people who are getting flipped, I can't remember who they are, but they're directly involved in this movement that's taking place in Canada right now. That's you've probably heard of the whole children save the children convoy and stuff like that.
It's the QAnon type of people. Yeah,
right? there's some of them are QAnoners, some of them are anti-vaxxers, but they're all definitely united against the transing of children and ideology and all that kind of stuff.
Jeez, yeah, I heard about that on Philip DeFranco's show today. I was like, Canada, come on, this is some American shit.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah. Dynamic editor with $2. DeSantis Newsom debate starting in 10 minutes. Thank you for letting us know. We reacted to a couple of clips, but I don't think streaming debates is smart for us just because it's so risky. Let's see here. Fuggy Bootsling, $5 Canadian. Thank you so much. Canadian Thanksgiving is Columbus Day. U.S. one is too close to Christmas. You have your 2 biggest family gatherings in a month apart. What the fuck? I think just because it's always been this way, I like having Thanksgiving after Halloween. It would feel weird just because we kind of get one holiday per month, and it kind of helps us get through those first couple of, well, not necessarily winter because it's not winter until December 21st, but as the weather starts getting shittier, you kind of have something to look forward to. So I like spacing it apart that way. This one is for you.
Trent with a super chat. There's a reason Sam had the day off, laying low after taking care of Kissinger. Yes, Sam over the Majority Report. He always seems to have off on days after when when a conservative passes. Sam always seems to have off. It's very weird.
When was the last? I'm blanking on who died recently.
I forget. There was one. I'm thinking of when one of the Kochs died. Sam was, but that was a while ago. But there was definitely at least one or two more recent ones.
There's still one more Koch brother.
And Sam, but Sam was off after another one that people were joking about that he pieced out to take someone out.
Coincidence? He's always gone when this happens.
He's always, I mean, yeah, it's very odd.
C3339409, $2. Thank you. He brought Despicable back. Probably something that they're referencing from earlier, but thank you. It's better than bringing Sexy back. That song is in my head because I saw people posting the meme, like the remixed version of like Shrek characters dancing in response to Henry Kissinger's death. Bayphoto 499. Mike, I'll be visiting friends in Portland this weekend. Do you have any recommendations for food spots or fun things to do? Hey, that's really cool. So I always tell everybody go to Voodoo Donuts. Don't get a dozen, get like one because they're very sugary and good. But for food recommendations, what I would do is just like go to downtown Portland and go to one of the food carts. There's so many and they're really, really good. If you go to the food carts near PSU, about a mile from PSU, there's like a whole area with a bunch of food carts. It smells amazing and there's so many options. I used to walk by there every single day to go to a class and it smelled heavenly. So just like go to a food cart and you won't be disappointed.
You're making me hungry, man.
Oh, it's amazing. Like it's the best. Okay, so
damn, I got like no super chats today. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Rebecca.
I think this one is for you, right? Yeah, this one's for you.
Let me see. Is it? Yeah. Okay. For Resto with the super chat, I'm here to mourn the birth of Kissinger.
Let's see here. Thank you, new member. Let me see. This is Jason Ashby, $10 Canadian. Thank you so much. Greetings from BC, Canada. Hey, have Dusty Smith on the show and I'll donate more. I really like Dusty Smith. Yeah, I would like that.
We keep saying we're gonna have him on and we haven't done it. We gotta get on top of
it. We haven't gotten like guests regularly. We need to get better at that, but we're really bad. That'll be our New Year's resolution to just be more like organized and make like a Google document so we can like
be more, at the very least what we should do.
Yeah.
We need to definitely have a Google document that we can all ignore.
God, I know. Well, it's hard because this is secondary for all of us, so it's really hard to like focus because we're busy throughout the week.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Just like jump on.
Everyone's gonna handle their own channels.
Yeah,
that's the big reason. That's the big reason why.
Yeah, it's not like we're lazy. We just do a lot, folks.
It's true. All right, gentlemen. I think I'm going to take off. You're both amazing. I love you both. I got to go. I will see you next Thursday for the extraordinary 1 year anniversary special.
It's amazing. Yeah. I can't believe it. I can't believe we've
really
been
is
together
crazy.
every single Thursday for the past year.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Give or take maybe like 4 Thursdays someone's gone, but otherwise everyone's been there for almost every single one. That's nuts.
We got to do a highlight reel or something. Maybe I'll try to put that together if I have
1 year. 1 year and 2 replaced hosts
later.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
One still part of one of those hosts still part of the family though.
Yes, of course.
Yes. The other one, not so much.
Yeah.
Had to make an example.
Another podcast, Skill Up. It's a gaming podcast. They went through a similar thing that we went through because I don't know if you've heard of The Completionist. He's a really big gaming channel, but there's this expose from other YouTubers, some ordinary gamer, that he had this charity, and for like a decade they've been collecting donations and haven't donated it to any
for a decade.
for a whole decade. So it's all 600 grand is sitting in an account. It was for he started it after his mom died of dementia. And so he started
That's
this.
sad.
He does an annual fundraiser and just never donated any of it. And so
That's
the
insane.
podcast.
Has he touched the money? Has he spent it?
Nope. It's just in an account.
Then that's really weird. Why would you not? What's the scam here if you're not gonna use the money yourself?
Yeah, it's like it's kind of just devaluing, and he talks about it. There's video clips of him saying, "Yeah, the University of San Francisco or something. I don't know which one. Yeah, we're their number one funder, and like they haven't given the money at all." Yeah, so the podcast that he was on had to address this, like we did. I was getting flashbacks at the beginning. It's
I don't think anything. Version. I don't think. I don't now. Well, they're completely.
Different situations.
Yeah, different. That's not. I was gonna say not on the same level, but no, they were just completely different situations. One's clearly just involved some sort of weird money issue, and the other one involved, workplace abuse. Yeah,
and so they had to come up and do the whole. Yeah, we had to ask him to step away from the podcast. And
who was the the completionist? You said
the completionist. Yeah,
I gotta look this up.
There's videos on this that are really really insane. I didn't watch Completionist a lot, but I was familiar with him, and I like one of the hosts on the podcast that he's part of.
What's the podcast?
Jake Baldino. It's called Skill Up.
Skill Up.
Well, the channel is Skill Up, but the podcast is Friends Per Second. It's like different gamers with their own channels and stuff. But yeah, it was really it was interesting. I think they handled it better than us because they responded immediately. Whereas we did not know what was going on, but they had it gave me flashbacks because they had to do the same exact thing, and they were like, "We're gonna address this at the very start of the show." So, and it gave me deja vu.
Damn, this dude has almost 2 million subscribers. It's a big deal.
And it's really shocking because
$600,000.
He's a very nice guy. So it's not like a Jake Paul or anything. I was listening to Moist Critical talk about this. It's like you expect this from Jake Paul, but this guy is very nice. You would never expect this from this person.
How did
Mudahar, who is one of the two people who investigated this.
Hold on, I don't know what's on. Hold on, I completely. All right, say it again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you for a minute.
So Mudahar, he's a big YouTuber as well. He has 3 million. Him and another YouTuber, who's a journalist, was tipped off about this, and so they looked into it. And they just pulled up the IRS filings, and they just saw every single year that the donations were collected, that just none of it was donated. And there's his family is all members of the board, and none of it there's expenses, but they're not doing anything. So it's just there's probably going to be an audit, I'm assuming now. Oh yeah, Carl Jobs, somebody mentioned it. That was one of the two people. So Some Ordinary Gamer and Carl Jobs, excuse me. But yeah, it was. I was watching a bunch of content about this the other day. It was fucking insane.
10 years.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Okay. Yeah, you should watch the video from Carl Jobs. It's a quick 10-minute or 11-minute run through, and then you'll want to watch Mudahar's video, which is 59 minutes. It's very interesting. Okay. Sorry for the tangent, folks. That just I found that interesting. Okay, so this one is for you, I think, right?
Foresto says, by the way, Newsom is Nancy Pelosi's nephew. Is he?
No, I don't think so. Bad Jokes Brian, 199. Thank you. Can we get an F Kissinger and F Munger train? Oh, right. Charles Munger died too. He was 99, I think. It's crazy. J Cass with $2. The Onion's Kissinger meme is fire. I don't think I saw what the Onion posted about this, but I'll have to look it up because the Onion never misses. We have Rolando Capayella. Probably butchered that. I'm sorry. $5. Mike, what are your thoughts on this year's Game of the Year nominees, and what game was your personal favorite this year? So I think that Super Mario Wonder probably should not have been in that category, even though it was good. I don't think it's Game of the Year material. I would replace that with Lies of P. In terms of
So you don't think Super Mario Wonder was that good?
No, I think it was good. I don't think that it was Game of the Year good. I think it was, it was interesting, but I don't know. I just feel like that's a
Mario
different tier.
game not being Game of the Year quality.
Yeah, I don't know. The competition this year was pretty stiff. Or maybe even instead of Lies of P, Pikmin 4. I think that was better than Mario Wonder. But for the most part, the list is fine. My personal favorite, I think I've already said this before, is definitely Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Amazing, amazing game. And yeah, I picked Zelda. I think I hate to admit this, but it's probably going to be Baldur's Gate 3 that wins, which it's deserving, but Zelda is my probably one of my favorite games of all time. But I'm rooting for Zelda. But if Baldur's Gate 3 wins, then I won't be mad. I still need to play that more, though. I only got through the first third. This one is for you.
Narrator with a super chat. Astonishing is the talent some people have for disregarding the humanity of humans. Yeah.
Another one for you.
Jay Kaz with a super chat. Who is directing and producing these horribly cringy Daily Wire movies? Tommy Wiseau, right? I mean, they are. They have the money. They make a lot. Daily Wire is really big, and they make a lot of money. And so they think there's, I don't think there's a lane here. If perhaps it'll be successful in just selling it to their current audience, but if they think they're going to clearly they're doing it because they think there's a cultural opportunity to bring in people who wouldn't be interested in their politics given to them straightforward in a podcast or video or an article. But maybe they could get them with a comedy, a film. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think they're going to have much success there. Those endeavors have never been successful, and that's because they're just not good at doing it. They're good conservative artists and actors and musicians, but every time one of these conservative outlets or media companies or influencers try to get involved and make an explicitly conservative piece of art, it usually doesn't turn out that great.
Yeah, they're just not very creative or empathetic. And it's this is the movie Lady Ballers. It's
I want to stress, obviously there are talented right-wing actors and artists, but again, there's a difference between being someone in that politics and then creating, being in a film, a major Hollywood film, and being a good actor in it and being conservative. But then we're talking about people who are making specifically overtly political conservative media, and they tend not to be so good at it.
Right. If you want to be if you want a political movie or a political piece of art, it needs to be more subtle. It can't be in your face, but conservatives are too stupid to have it be subtle. So they have to shove it down your throat. And that's where I think it falls flat, because then you're prioritizing the message over the comedy. And if the goal is just to be mean to trans people, overall, how is that going to be funny? After they say the one joke, then what, you're just going to say it again? It just, I don't know. It's stupid.
There's some people who are disagreeing with, look at James Woods. Dude was in good movies and he was good in them. Videodrome. The New Flesh, is a cult classic film. And he's a good actor in it. But he's a conservative. But if he was to be in a Daily Wire movie, it probably wouldn't be very good.
Danny Trejo's going to be in the Daily Wire movie.
I did see that. I wonder if he knows.
He's probably at the Nicolas Cage stage in his career where he's taking everything. And bro, You don't you don't need to star in a fucking Daily Wire movie with Roseanne and Adam Carolla. What are you doing?
Right. Clint Eastwood, someone mentioned. That's another example. Although he can be hit or miss, but I mean, he's if he got the right script or he has the right cast. We're talking about his directing career and a good script to work with, even for that too. Dude is talented.
Yeah, I think it depends.
And then there's the example of Gina Carano, who is not talented. I mean, in a 8-sided cage in the octagon, she had skill, but acting wise, I don't think she ever really had it. I think she was just coasting by on being Gina Carano from MMA, and that's what got her in the movie in the entertainment business.
Yeah, I didn't know her until she was in The Mandalorian. Okay, J Cass, $2. I thought Mike was Jewish though, like the Santos thing. No, but I saw Richie Torres post that. That was very cringe. Binder.
Trent says Binder's ethnicity is punk. Right, that's what I identify as.
Another one for you.
One. Oh wait, that's not. Wait.
I'm sorry.
No,
that was for Rebecca. I missed the little link thing.
No, that's not for me either.
JCass, Mexican elote uses mayo though, and with queso fresco, it's muy delicioso. I will trust mayo if it's on Mexican food because Mexican food is very, very good. But I will if it's a lot, then I'll be grossed out. If it's like a little bit, then it's fine. Like I can tolerate mayo if it's on like a McChicken, but it just depends, right? Like I've been traumatized because I worked at Subway for like 5 years, and the amount of mayo that people put on their fucking sandwiches is astonishing to me. Like half a bottle, every person. So it just depends, right? Okay, so we have Wanda, $5. Nice to see Wanda. Looking forward to the monthly member Zoom chat on Friday. Me too. That's right, everyone. So if you are in the Patreon or YouTube member community, this Friday is our monthly Zoom chat, and it's the last one of the year, actually. So yeah, that'll be really fun. I always enjoy these. Yeah. And you got one.
Wanda, 1 week until your 1 year Leftist Mafia anniversary. Yes.
That's crazy.
It is.
Okay. 180K Chan, $5. Thank you. You think Biden might do some big ones? Ones that seem big but wouldn't stand on their own, executive orders before election. What you think he would do? He needs to. I don't know what he will do. I think that it would go a long way if he just canceled all student debt and used his authority under the Higher Education Act. Because it's pretty, like, if you look at the text, it's pretty clear. Republicans would screech, but if you don't means test it and you just get it done, like once you cancel it, what are they going to do? Try to go through and reapply the student debt to our accounts? I think that would go a long way. I really don't know what else. He needs to do everything. Because holy shit, he's so far behind. So anything he can do, he should do. He should have every single progressive, like, constitutional fucking scholar telling him what he can do that's permissible, that won't get struck down or canceled, and he should just do that.
B Buccaneer with a $10 super chat. Thank you. Good show, Matt. Yeah, it was a good show. If you do say so yourself.
Yep. Goblin Friend, $2. This is for Binder's dad. Sleep well, rest in puss.
Oh, and he sent it to you too on top of that. Fantastic.
420 from Uncle Fatty, rest in puss for Binder's uncle. Much love.
What?
I can't take it. Oren F with 500 yen. Green Day might have the best song for Kissinger on the Shenanigans album. I'm not familiar with it.
I don't remember. I was never a big Green Day fan.
Yeah, same. Last one for me. Checkmate07 with $2. Have you watched the Scott Pilgrim anime? I have not. I've heard really good things about it. If I get desperate enough, I will watch it, though. I'm kind of in a show hole currently. I finished watching Ahsoka, and it was okay. And I started watching Loki, and it's okay. I am enjoying One Piece, but I need another show to supplement it. But yeah, I might check out Scott Pilgrim. Matt.
Susan D with a super chat. This would be episode 52 if you had one last week. Well, we didn't, Susan, so it's not. I appreciate the super chat, though.
The way you said that was amazing. Okay, you've got another one.
Corey Easter Day with a $10 super chat, and according to YouTube, it's the first super chat Corey's ever left me on this channel. Thank you so much, Corey. I just got here. Did you cover the launch of the Cybertruck? Simultaneously dystopian and comedic gold. It's unreal. We did not. We could talk a little bit about it right now, though. I mean, it looks fucking ridiculous.
It's so ugly.
It looks ridiculous. I mean, have they been? I know that Musk said they were going to be delivered today, and I know he had an event where he showed it off. But has the reviews gone out? Yeah, someone have people stepped inside and said how it is. I've seen video of it struggling to get up a hill. Which is funny. Yeah, I mean it's
I hate the look of it.
Interesting. It looks like a PlayStation 1.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, it's so ridiculous. I also saw this video of these two guys who were trying to sell people on the auto driving feature of Tesla, and 3 times in 2 minutes it almost crashes into parked cars and shit. It's so insane. Stop! Don't buy Teslas, folks. That's not gonna convince anyone. But if you want to buy a Tesla, I just can't fathom why you would want a Cybertruck. That is the ugliest fucking car I've ever seen.
Who? Yeah, who is the think about who gets a truck, a Bentley, a tool using handyman repair guy.
Tim the Toolman Taylor
using his hands to that's who you think of when you and who is buying this thing. It doesn't give off any sort of where are you gonna put there's no, it doesn't look very roomy too. It looks just big and bulking, but not very roomy inside.
Yeah, I genuinely don't get that. I think that part of the hype for this initially was because it was different and people just like Elon Musk, but now I feel like that's changed. It's so ugly. I cannot get over the design of the truck.
It looks like it's not gonna conform to the road. It looks like imagine trying to park on the street with that thing. You're not gonna be able to find parking, and the car looks like it's gonna stick out way past, into the street. It looks like it's much wider than or an average truck, right? Doesn't it look like that?
It probably isn't going to be that much wider, but it does look like that. I think just because it's so boxy, where you just, I don't know, yeah, I really don't know. I'm excited to see them in the wild, though, personally, just so I could see. Anytime I see one, I'm just going to laugh at that person. Because, you're just going to look like a dickhead driving this. Okay, I've got another one for you.
Oh, So Ren with a super chat. I was planning on investing millions for advertising on Twitter, but my name is Bob. Right. Oh, we never played the Musk.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He went... I mean, by now you've probably seen it, but he lost his mind at an interview event he was at, a New York Times event, where he told all the advertisers who suspended their ad campaigns on X after Musk endorsed an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory, the Great Replacement theory. He told them all to go fuck themselves. Go fuck yourself, he said. And then he specifically called out Disney by going, "Hi, Bob," while saying "go fuck yourself," referring to Disney CEO Bob Iger. I mean, it was an incredible melt. Like the whole, like people are focusing on that because it was wild to see him say "go fuck yourself" to the advertisers he wants back to like giving him money for the company. But the whole thing was so bizarre. He was stuttering and all over the place and answering questions that weren't being asked of him.
I feel like he was high. I don't know.
Something was going on. Yeah,
oh, did you? My favorite part though was when he was like, "The only reason why I'm here is because Jonathan is a friend," and he's like, "I'm Andrew." Did you see?
Right. Yeah,
so fucking funny. We do have one more super chat that just came in for you. About the Cybertruck.
All right, let's see. Bay Photo with a super chat. The Cybertruck is for cybercuck doomsday preppers. Elon is ridiculous to think it will have mass appeal to truckers. Yeah, it's just it's not. I don't see how it's going to appeal to the consumer base that goes out there interested in buying a truck. You're going to get the Tesla nerds buying this truck. And then a significant portion of them probably will figure out that, you know what, I don't like driving a truck. I've driven all sorts of vehicles. I've driven box trucks for when moving or when working as a PA on various film or commercial shoots. I have driven big giant cars in that sense. I've driven conversion vans, like full-blown vans. I've driven regular 4-door cars like a Honda Civic, for example. I've driven minivans. And each car has a very different feel to it. If you're not a driver, I'm just letting you know. And it is a challenge for people to drive larger vehicles. It is very much a different driving experience. If you're someone who's used to driving a Tesla, S model, Y model, whatever the fuck they are, and then you're just getting the Cybertruck because it's a Tesla, you're gonna realize it feels very different. And I don't know if that audience is looking for that.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see if it sells well. The novelty maybe will sell it. I don't know. It's hard to say. Well, that's it though. So do we want to raid someone on Twitch?
Oh wait, over on Twitch. Hold on, over on Twitch. Let me just shout out really quick.
Oh, somebody recommended Fargo Season 5 on Twitch.
Noah Beer the 5th. Thank you for subscribing with Prime over at twitch.tv/MattBinder. Really appreciate it.
So do you want to raid? I don't know. I don't recognize this person. I'm following them, so I think maybe they're a viewer. They only have one viewer right now.
I'm just completely thrown off by Rebecca coming in and stealing my super chat thunder. This is the lowest amount of super chats, and it hurts after not doing a show last week. Ooh, I'm down big. I'm down big.
You could stay and keep doing super chats, and I could.
There's no more super chats. That's it. It's over.
Well, maybe they'll.
No, I'm not gonna. I mentioned it at the end of the show because I don't want to be like that. I'm being truthful, but I'm saying it in good.
Oh well, here you go. Here you go. Oh, this one is for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Did you do that on purpose? I bet you did.
No, I swear to God, I did not. I just wanted to say F. Kissinger again. Good night. Thank you. Bad jokes, Brian.
Oh, someone just pointed out, right? Only a 2-hour and 42-minute stream, right? Something is not right tonight. Taking off last week might have really hurt us. We should have done a show on Thanksgiving. We should have bit the bullet and just sucked it up and done one. Unbelievable.
We would have like 5 people watching.
Who our audience? They don't have family to go home to.
That's true.
They were home looking for content to watch.
That is true. Okay, I don't know who you want to raid, but there's somebody with, I think this is I don't know, it's a former viewer who only has like 2 people watching, so we could blow up their entire chat and add a bunch of people if you're interested in that.
Wait, who'd you say?
It's Mr. G2EK.
I don't follow up, but Mr. How do you spell that?
Well, no, what are they watching? Oh, they're watching some Alpha Central. Okay, maybe that's not the best thing to...
I see USA Whole, Hamozy Goat, Actual Jake. That's who I see on mine.
What? Oh, I also see Left Flank Vets, but they have a lot of people.
Wait, but let's
They're watching the Ron DeSantis v. Newsom debate. Left Flank Vets are very good.
Yeah, let's do that. Maybe we'll get a shout out from them, and then we'll get
there you go.
Some of their people, maybe. Hold on, let me pull it up here. All right, ready?
All right, I'm hitting raid.
Oh no, I got a bunch of people really quick. The Django Fett with a super sticker, Ice Picker with $100 Australian dollars. Oh my God, Matt's Cybertruck Fund. Thank you, Ice Picker.
There you go. Just made up for.
And JCast says pity super chat for Binder. Made it just in time and before we raided. You didn't hit raid yet, right? You just loaded it up, right? I didn't want to miss that. Whoa, thank you so much, Ice Picker. Really, that brings this. You saved the leftist mafia super chat Matt Binder fund for the week.
Now do you feel better?
Yeah, thank you.
That's a good one. Yeah, nice.
I owe you more time too because you gave it at the end. You gotta. Next week you could drop Balthazar with a $10 super chat. Don't let Mike win this. All right, don't give any more money now because I'm not going to read it now because we're jumping off now. I feel bad if I can't read it.
All right, are you ready?
Yep, let's hit raid.
All right, we will see you all next week for our 1-year anniversary. Take care, folks.
Oh wait, we got one more. Later, boy. Pull it up really quick.
Later, boy.
Thank you, Victor Soto. Thank you for the $5 super chat.